What's up, everybody? I hope everyone is having an amazing morning, evening, afternoon, whatever it is in your time zone. We are live, or at least that's how it seems to me. Could be a brain in a jar somewhere. Don't know, don't care. Shouts out to all my weasels out there. All my forest creatures rocking out to the realest of the real. Synthetic lifeform streamer, trapped in a cyber brain and body, like some kind of ghost in a half shell in this late stage hyper-capitalist dystopia, forced to exist in this twilight realm to pay my debts to society and my student loans. I hope you're having a good day, whoever, whatever, wherever, and whenever you are. We're about to jump right into it here on twitch.tv, youtube.com. High risk, high reward, high on life, or whatever simulation, simulacrum, simultaneous, spontaneous singularity of consciousness this is, was, or will be sometime in the distant cyber future. Yeah, I can turn my mic higher. It was flipping yesterday. See? Mic higher. Oh, is that good? No, that's clipping. That's clipping. Okay, so yeah, it's clipping at the level. Yeah, I can't turn it higher here. I might be able to turn it higher through... Well, see, like the whole point of a cloud lifter. Yeah, look at that. What the heck? The whole point of a cloud lifter is that so that you get clean gain, the best gain, all kinds of gains, all kinds of clean gains, chat. That's what we're looking for today. And we're trying to gain completion on the live stream of one Ethan Klein done last Wednesday, which he decided to use the entire time as his war zone. The whole thing was war zone. It was war zoned out. So chat, I found out that there's like a street festival like every week here, and I was kind of like wondering where it was. You know, I was like, oh, you know, will I be able to find it? You know, can I go and see this awesome street festival? It's supposed to be really cool. And I was like, well, you know, here's what I'll do. I'll walk down to the 7-Eleven. I'll pick up some rice, some rice berry, because that's my favorite kind of rice. Thank you for the shirtless Hasan pic on the pre-stream concert. I am sad and with edamame. I got some edamame. Yeah, actually, funny enough, play something. That was one of the things that I picked up. But you know, the idea was just to go down to 7-Eleven. Well, so like I walk out of, you know, there's like main streets here, and then there are alleyways, right? Alleys are a big deal here. There's a lot of alleys, and there's a lot of stuff in the alley. It's not like the U.S. where you're like trying to avoid alleys, like the alley is a bad place or something like that. No, the alley. Everything that's not an alley is a very difficult street to walk, right? So you love alleys. You get to appreciate alleys here. You go on your journey through an alleyway. And yeah, right when I get out of the alleyway, I find the festival in the street. The whole street. Every like the whole street next to me is just like filled with vendors. Vendors selling shirts, clothing, fruit, smoothies, offering massage, and so much more. And I was just like overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed. It was like a lot of the stuff that I kind of wanted, but I'm just kind of like, oh my god, there's too much stuff. Like, what do I want to get? So I zeroed in on an old lady selling these. Can you see this? Anybody know what these are? Yeah. These are mulberries, right? And it was kind of like, you know, part of the sadness about leaving the U.S. is that one of the things that I do like about my area, like the area that I lived in, the area that I left behind, is it's full of berries. Every spring there's a gazillion different types of berries that you could eat just like out in the forest. And one of those types of berries is a mulberry. the music not do the thing that it's supposed to do? And track, yeah, it should be like down here. There we go. So yeah, I mean, that makes me a little bit happy to know that there's mulberries here. I'm kind of curious what other kind of berries are available. What other kind of berries? Yeah, I just assume that, like... Wait, I want to find hackberry trees? Wait, is that a hacker joke, YS? Or is that like a real berry? Or do you mean huckleberry? Oh my god, perfect. You mean the mulberries or... No, I'm sure you're talking about the music. But yeah, this is, I'm trying to think. This would be the equivalent of, I think, 60 cents for these berries, right? I mean, it's not a whole bunch of berries, but if you go to like a farmer's, like the only place you're gonna find mulberries in the U.S. is probably a farmer's market. If you go to farmer's market and go to the foraged, you know, like go to some like forager vendor, right? These are gonna cost you a lot more. This might be $6, right? I don't know. It'd be at least $4. It would not be 60 cents. So yeah, it's a real berry. The hackberry is a real berry. One of the berries that have been known to be eaten by during the caveman period. Wait, is it called something else? Because I feel like I know every berry, and I should know. Am I gonna have to like bring it up? Do I need to find out what a hackberry is? Hackberry. I really thought you were gonna be like talking about like some code thing for a second. Peltus occidentalis, commonly known as the hackberry, is a large deciduous tree native to North America, also known as the nettle tree, beaverwood, northern hackberry, and American hackberry. It is a moderately long-lived hardwood with a light color wood. Okay, so that's a description of the trees. Oh, I see. Okay. So we're talking about the Midwest and a little bit of the mid-Atlantic coast. That you're gonna see hackberries. I just want to see a picture of the berry itself. I want to know what the berry looks like. Leaves and flowers, young leaf. No, I just want to berry. Oh, there we go. So it kind of looks like a cherry? Is that what it's... The tree's pea-sized berries are edible, ripening in early September. Unlike most fruits, ripening in early September, damn. These berries are remarkably high in calories from fats, carbohydrates. I can see why this would be food, right? Here's the deal, like, right, berries, like this mulberry, there's not a lot of calories in here, right? They're you know, they're not super sweet, they're not super fatty, and so there's just like, you know, you could eat them and it's a great addition to your diet, but if you tried to live on well, I mean, I don't know, chat, mulberries have a ton of berries. Maybe you could get enough calories, but you'd be eating mulberries all day. And this hackberry, apparently easily digestible without cooking or preparation, and containing a remarkable high amount of calories from fat, carbohydrate, and protein. That's actually reminding me of the other berry I know that has a lot of protein is the goji berry. Little red berry. You usually get them dried, right? If you see them at all, they're dried up like raisins, but you can grow goji berry trees in parts of North America. Sorry, chat, you're getting berry talk. I'm gonna just do a berry show, a berry podcast. It'll have some ridiculous pun in it, like very awesome or something, you know? It'll be very awesome. No, I could never do that. I could never do that, chat. That's not who I am. I can't make those terrible puns. Wow, okay, so I learned something about berries today. That's good. Not berries that I can actually eat, but berries that, well, I'll have to wait until you overthrow your corrupt government. You know what I'm saying? Wait, the background music is still really loud? I thought I fixed that. Don't make me put the sidechain ducking on, chat. You don't want sidechain ducking. That's the worst kind of ducking. Here we go. Well, hopefully we're fixed now, because we had people saying that my sound was too low. We are around -5 decibels, which is about where I like to leave it. It's a good ceiling to have. And music is down around -25 decibels. I think we should be okay. You know, I like have to look at the metrics to know what it sounds like to you, because I don't get the same mix as you. It's a kind of a shitty thing, right? I wish I could get your mix, right, and hear exactly what you're hearing to know, okay, that's too loud, that's too soft. Also realized that my kratom is from Thailand and all. Also realized it's going to get much more expensive soon. Yeah, much cheaper for me. No, I don't know. It doesn't sound like the right thing for me. It doesn't sound like the right thing for me. Wait, it's illegal there still to chew? I don't know. I'm not trying to get in trouble for sure if it's illegal. And also, it doesn't sound like something that I would enjoy. You know? Like, having read about the effects of it, it doesn't sound like it's like my kind of thing. Wait, I wonder if my kind of thing is legal there. I'm curious now. Why did Ronald McDonald disappear? That's the first article I'm hit with when I open a new browser tab. McDonald's mascot has been keeping a low profile for years. Some people think they know why. Yo, I think I know why. I think they're... Wait a minute, chat, I swear to God. Are you sure there's not clipping? Are you sure there's not clipping on my sound? Like... I'm gonna turn it down a little bit more because I swear to God I can hear clipping. Anyway, Ronald McDonald. Wait, what am I trying to look? Okay, are mushroom legal in Thailand? I wonder. In Thailand, possession, cultivation, and sale of psilocybin. Oh, it is illegal. With the except, I swear to God, I saw a video of some guy going and buying these at a place, but maybe they were private consumption is decriminalized. Classified it? Yeah, it's a big deal. It's so these are not good things here. These are not legal, and I will be trying to obey all the laws while I'm here. Okay, there's a Reddit article in our Thailand. I have a very dumb question. It says the OP. Are magic mushrooms illegal in Thailand? Serious is the tag here. I assumed they were legal because weed stores and Papaya openly have them for sale. I didn't buy any because they were too expensive. But I tried looking up stores that sell them in Bangkok, and I'm hearing that it's illegal. I'm not trying to do anything illegal in Thailand. Me neither. Just looking for a good time. Please be nice about my stupid question. All right. Very much so illegal. In some places, bars and such have made arrangements with the local police, but once you leave the establishment with them, it's your fair game in some instances. A person who just sold them to you, in some cases, a person who just sold them to you will report you to the police for a portion of the shakedown money? Damn. Damn, chat. That sounds very dodgy. The thing about Thailand is a lot of laws are sporadically enforced, and it differs from district to district, province to province. It is indeed very illegal, but in some places it's barely enforced, if at all. So it just, I guess it sort of depends on more like the locality. Like the federal, there's like a federal prohibition, but some areas care more and some areas care less, I guess. Where I live, shrooms have always been widely available. It's had a reputation for years. These days, my friends have no qualms with handling them between each other quite openly in public with little discretion. I'm regularly given some while out. Regularly given some? Wow, what a party. Bars, what kind of, like, I don't know. Bars will have a jar on the bar even? What? Like just out for people to, that's why, no way. Like I could see a place having them for sale, but they're just gonna fucking give them out? Because it sounds like some places they are sold, they're expensive. But this is, and especially if it's like the legality is questionable, then yes, it makes something very expensive, right? There's the added cost of possibly the consequences of violating a law. It tends to make things very expensive. I know because I lived in a country that had prohibition for a good portion of the time I was there. But this is behavior I wouldn't dream of in literally just the next district along. So it is very sporadic, it sounds. You have to consider a few things even prior to the CBD and THC legalization. These areas were notorious for CBD and THC availability. Reggae bars on islands are prime examples. People could comfortably buy CBD and THC from almost any of these establishments. Taking them out of those establishments is at your own risk. But people did that all the time. Sex work is also illegal, but I don't need to say much there. It's very visible. I reckon. Yeah, I mean, I honestly wish it was like, look, I'm a little confused, right? Because I know there's like, you know, Thai massage is like, you know, you've probably heard of different forms of massage: Swedish massage, Russian massage, different massage techniques is what we're talking about right there. And Thai is, there is a Thai massage technique. Now, it's kind of weird because if you know, things like, you know, Swedish massage, right, are taught in massage school. Right, it's just like part of, you know, the curriculum. We're going to learn this style, we're going to learn this style, we're going to learn this style, right? But as far as Thai, that kind of has to be taught by somebody with specialized knowledge, because it's very different, right? With you know, Swedish massage and the likes, we're talking about different, you know, sort of techniques of the client laying on the massage table, and you know, you're using different techniques, right? That's what the different styles of massage refer to. But with Thai, it's altogether different. One of the rules of massage that I'm assuming is there and is pretty steadfast, because they don't want any confusion between somebody receiving a therapeutic massage and someone, you know, doing sex work, right? Is that you're gonna be standing on the ground. Your client is laying on the bed. They are draped usually with a like they're draped with a blanket and stuff. And, you know, as you work the different parts of the body, you undrape that part of the body, and you make sure to do it in a way in which the client's going to be not going to be like, whoa, I just felt a whole bunch of cold air. You know what I mean? You're trying to make people comfortable, and you're trying to make sure they feel safe, and they know, you know, that this is a therapeutic environment, and, you know, there's nothing beyond, you know, things that are good for your muscles that's going to be done here, right? But with a Thai massage, it is incumbent on the massage therapist to usually get on the ground, like on a mattress or on the ground with the client, and the massage therapist employs what is basically an active form of stretching. Think a combination of what you might get at a physiotherapist if they're doing active stretching on you, and what you would do in a yoga class where you're getting corrections from the instructor, right? Where the instructor is actually like kind of moving your body, be like, no, it's more like this, right? Some people even nicknamed Thai massage a lazy man's yoga. That you're getting the effects of yoga without the exertion of yoga, because the massage therapist is stretching you. But yeah, obviously there's a lot of different kinds of massage available as well. And I'm a little bit like, I wouldn't want to get a massage because I don't feel comfortable knowing the difference. I don't feel comfortable being able to be like, oh no, this is a massage, therapy, right? Versus, this is some massage, some other kind of massage. So I don't even know. I guess I need to educate myself on that. Okay, so yeah, I'm just reading that there's different areas in Thailand that are more or less copacetic with okay, so wait, now I need to know, what was the other thing? Is kratom, is that what it's called? Kratom? Yeah, is that legal in Thailand? Oh, interesting. Kratom was removed from the narcotics list in 2021, is now regulated under the Kratom Plant Act, okay, which allows for the trading, use, import, and export of kratom. Furthermore, the Public Health Ministry has allowed the use of kratom in food and drink, and food supplements and herbal products. Interesting. So it was... now listed as legal herb. Yeah, so I've seen it in US gas stations. I don't know if it's still legal in the US, but I remember seeing it in a gas station once. I never tried it, but... Are we good on sound now? Good. We must be on delay. Wait, what are we talking about? What kind of delay are we experiencing? I also realized reload if you're getting delay, because that's not supposed to be happening. See if we can fix it. Also realized that my kratom is from Thailand. Yeah, this is you're allowed to... Voice is good. Now, yeah, put your mic closer. Oh, limiter boost. I have my limiter boost on. Okay, so now a limiter is probably something that I should employ, right? It's a filter that... Let's see. Should I put it as the last in the chain, maybe? I got noise suppression, noise gate, gain, but it's turned off. It's only there in case I need it. And then we're gonna do a limiter down there, and our threshold will be -2 dB. How about 1.80? Yeah, with a 60 millisecond release. That sound good, chat? Any of you audio heads out there wanna advise me? I'm just putting a, yeah, I can even put it up higher, like 0.90 decibels. I just don't want it to, I don't want to clip. But the thing about clipping is that it can happen at various levels, and it always sounds bad, like, right? If I, let's see, I can clip at the interface level. Can I clip at the microphone level too? Or, yeah, at the computer level of things, I could clip if I put a gain on it or something like that. Kratom isn't good to take for most people. If you don't need it, be safe. I don't hear clipping, says play something. Haven't noticed clipping. People are not hearing clipping. They'll have $30 headphones. That's, yeah. have studio speakers and you're not hearing clipping, that's good. Mostly important for people getting off opioids or chronic pain while avoiding prescription stuff. You can get it everywhere. You can get it everywhere, but it isn't legal. You're talking about mushrooms. In Thailand, there's people who grow their own trees. It's used by hard laborers. Yeah. Helps with energy and pain. People chew the leaves on a tree, off the tree. Don't mess with the Thai police. Yeah, no, I will not. I will not. I was reading a journalist from Ukraine talk about how people promising to take you over the border, work out deals and sell you to the army at the border. Wait, to draft you into the Ukrainian army? Or... a crazy situation with a lot of countries struggling with money's effect on systems in these ways reminds me of the police shrooms deal. Wait, the police shrooms deal? Is this just like a common thing that happens? I don't know anything, but if I ever got the impression, yeah, that if anything, I got the impression that Thailand was pretty strict. I'm just gonna make the assumption until I hear different that it is fairly strict about a number of things. Like for instance, CBD and THC, they are legal, but you can't just, you know, do it in public, right? That's what I know about those things. Is you can't you gotta do it, you know, in private, at a store, in a bar. You know, there's certain venues that are there's certain venues that are okay for it, and then you know, just doing it in public is not okay. Oh my god, chat. Berries are too good. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to the legal produce for now. Have to get most meds on the gray market other than my prescribed. Oh god, HRT again. See, that's another thing I gotta figure out here. Right? I got a prescription for back in the US, but maybe a cultural difference and gray market apprenticeships and stuff. Are you talking about with like hard labor? Kind of like trade, which needs somebody skilled to teach you. It's very clinical and impersonal and professional. It's a special. Oh, we were talking about massage, yeah. Oh yeah, you would definitely need, yeah, like an apprenticeship sounds totally appropriate to actually learn. Yeah, we had like one day where somebody who specialized in Thai massage came in, showed us the different, but this is just like an American massage therapist who uses some Thai techniques, right? It's not a person that specializes in Thai massage technique the way that a Thai massage therapist would. It's a miracle drug for pain. Yeah, they don't prohibit it now. It was something like a drug war attacking rural farmers using it for labor pain. Damn. A minute-long delay. Okay, no. What's going on, chat? I gotta know. I gotta know about the delay. So look, there's a delay when you like the little red dot, right, is not all the way to the right, right? If you want to watch the stream and watch it live, you got to have the red dot all the way to the right. So that's one kind of delay, and that's, I guess, an okay kind of delay. It makes it hard to chat because you'll be watching something, you'll be watching me say something, and you'll comment on it, and I'll be on to the next thing, but it's doable, right? There's another kind of delay, right? That is if my mouth is moving at a different rate that the sound is coming out, and that kind of delay, I really need to do something about that, fix that on my end if that's going on. I gotta figure out what people are saying about the delay. It's sold as an herbal supplement in a drink. It can be addictive. Gas stations are the ones, are the Western extraction Here, let's... Western extraction to be way too potent. That they do so with many meds and drugs. Mixing crushed leaves 1 tablespoon of water is what you usually do it, and these gas station ones extract as like many tablespoons into a single shot of liquid. Oh wait, the spores are legal, but not the mushrooms themselves. You know, the interesting thing about that is I think it's supposed to be available for like, what, mycological study? Like the idea is that you could make a spore print and you could look at it under a microscope. But you could also take a spore print and you could do something very different with it, right? You could inoculate, for instance, a substrate of brown rice with it, and that might actually, that's not legal, but they do make the spore prints legal. What you mentioned earlier, oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm like, Australians have a lot of experience with Thai jails and oh geez, yeah. So how's the coffee out there? The coffee, okay, I'll be honest, all right, coffee is garbage. Now, I don't know if I went to a coffee shop, right? If I went to a place that specialized in coffee, I could probably get some pretty good coffee. I'm going to have to look for it, chat. Because what I want to get is, you know, a bag of coffee beans and a grinder, right? I want to have, that's the level of coffee that I'm used to. And what I've got now, the level of coffee... This stuff, it's instant, and this is what I mean by it's crap. Most coffee, including the coffee that, like, you know, my the place I'm staying serves for breakfast, is just this stuff in hot water. And I mean, look, it's okay. Coffee's, I don't know. I'm not gonna complain. I'm glad to have coffee at all. Look, I mean, I'm in a country, you know, that's new to me. I'm just glad to be able to get any of the stuff that I usually get, but like I'll have to check and see like what kind of coffee you can get. No audio delay, or is that no comma, like no, not, we gotta figure out what's going on. Jail coffee? Oh no. Hi, jail coffee. It's probably just like, I don't know, some dirt in a cup of water that you're getting out of a very dirty sea. I don't know. I can't even imagine what that would be like. When I visited South Korea, I didn't enjoy their coffee. It's not strong enough. It's very watered down. Instant coffee can have a big quality drop off. No delay for me, so nobody else is getting delay. I'm just making sure. Somebody said delay earlier. If you're getting delay, reset and what is it called? Try to what is it? The F5 to reload. That's what I'm looking for. You reload. I quit the worst drugs, which is alcohol and nicotine. Congratulations. Much of the national and international protests today. I have seen the national protest. In fact, that's on the Boner Skull, right? We've got a protest that Hasanabi showed up for in Washington, D.C. And oh, look at that! What? Oh no, that's from yesterday. I gotta fix this. Okay, that says say 0. That should, everything should be zeroed out. There are no there's no nothing, chat. There's no anything. All right. Oh, look at this. Yeah. So yeah, bonus content, right? We have Hasanabi's Washington, D.C. speech in second place, right? We have Sam Seder getting himself value-tained by PBD.
Narwhal underscore by super chatted $5. There isn't an audio delay. It was just a peck-petion in contrast to how quickly you normally respond to our comments. Thumbs up.
That kind of delay. Yeah, the kind of delay where I'm trying to read all your comments from before, and you're like, I wrote that 5 minutes ago. I wrote that 10 minutes ago. Well, we should be good now. We should be good, because I got your current comments. I can see that Snow just entered the chat. Earthkeeper says seems okay. But no, I'm actually getting a decent amount of Thai news, right? It's either, you know, news about Thailand, mostly about the kind of like the fallout from the earthquake, or the other thing I'm getting is international news from in Thai language, which you know, they're talking about the Trump. They're talking about the tariffs now. Talking about what's going to be more expensive in Thailand and what is not going to be. Should be able to find nice locally roasted coffee beans. They usually grind them at the store for you. At least get Mocana. Nescafe is Indigestion Highway. Really? This stuff. Wait. Okay. I've seen what you're talking about. I know the brand Mocana. So you're saying this is garbage? You're saying, look, I was trying to make sure, because like some of these instant coffees, like it's like they got you know, they're adding like milk or something, right? They're adding stuff, and like, since I can't, well, this one's mostly in English, but a lot of stuff here is mostly in Thai, and so I get intimidated by that, and I assume that if I can't, yeah, this one has the ingredients in English here. Coffee, instant coffee, finely ground roasted Robusta and Arabica. Robusta? I've never heard of Robusta before. Nescafe burns so easily? The world seems, yeah, the whole world seems to be talking about the tariffs. I mean, look, it's gonna, yeah. It's, look, alright, I guess this, like, you know, teaches the world a lesson that counting on imbuing one nation with hegemonic power is a bad thing. It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. And, you know, even if, like, you might have a period of time in which, like, a nation acts responsibly with that hegemonic power. I mean, no, they really didn't. They really didn't. There was no responsibility. There was always, you know, manipulation and... But yeah, this is so shitty that one country can fuck up everybody's life this way. Now, not just one country, chat, but it's one... You know, part of the problem is that Congress giving Trump the ability to do this shit. The unitary, I mean, it's not just the unitary executive, but my family had 20K in long-term emergency savings knocked out already. You can also do what I do, make espresso in a mocha pot. So when you say a mocha pot, are these like the Italian coffee pots that it's like metal? There's a little reservoir. You put the water in the reservoir. Then there's a filter. You put the filter in. You put the ground coffee into the filter. Then you screw on the top, and the coffee gets kind of like extruded out. Like the water heats up and it goes through the filter, and the coffee comes out. Is that a mocha pot? Okay, the audio is out of sync. Thank you, Geraldo. Okay, so you're like, look, Anybody else getting the audio out of sync? Like right here, I'll make sure you can see my lips move. And I want you to ask yourself, is the audio in sync? Because at least one chatter is saying that the audio seems to be out of sync. And you've already closed the app and reset it, and it's still out of sync. Anybody else getting that? Also, Mocha Pot is a great, but don't call it espresso. Just make Americanos with espresso. Oh my god, chat, I don't know the coffee lingo that well. For somebody who loves coffee as much as I do. Wait, Sin says it's off a bit. Variant says audio is not out of sync for me. So when you say it's not, like you mean it there's no... Instant coffee is good in a protein shake. Usually have it for breakfast. I could see how that would be good in a protein shake. Yeah, I could see that. It's in sync like Justin Timberlake. Oh my god. Narwhal by Nature, thank you for resubbing and letting us know that at least for you, it's in sync. Chazard says it's off by like 2 frames. Wow. Downgrade the quality of your settings. Tajium saying that to the chatter. That was Derek's saying it's the slightest bit off. Noknesera says it's not synchronous. So there are a few people that are getting... So either the people that are saying it's all right, are just like, you know, they're holding me to a very low standard. You know, they're like, it's okay. It's, you know, it's reasonable. It's fine. Either that or people really are seeing a different, like, I don't know, a different sync between my audio and my visual. So Americano, just espresso plus hot water. What makes espresso espresso? So let's see. We are almost at an hour here, chat. We gotta jump into the content. All right. I've talked about berries. I've talked about coffee. I've talked about the legality of certain substances, and we have definitely talked an awful lot. You know, wait a minute. So wait. I am seeing, This is interesting. I'm noticing that my system resources are pretty taxed, right? I'm trying to think if there's anything that I could do to... Oh yeah, it's Firefox. Firefox is just using up a lot of everything. But it's... I kind of want to know if, here, look, I killed Discord. Maybe that will make it better. Like, the funny thing, though, is, like, for me, like, I'm not seeing any, like, problems with anything that I, like, you know, nothing's, like, being slow for me, right? It's just that when I look at the task, manager, I see that a lot of my system, yeah, 80% of the CPU, 75% of the CPU, and 87% of the memory is being utilized, which might explain why you're getting a lag. I just need to figure out this lag thing, chat and chatter who asked about when am I going to get started with the content. Good question, Artist Ridley. Good question. We're going to get started with the content as soon as we can, but I got to make sure that my chatters are okay. It's more noticeable at 720p, but it's not really bothersome since I'm alt-tabbed. Okay. Espresso is made with an espresso machine. That's what makes it espresso. Machine. Espresso beans are smaller and... Well, there are some chatters that are expressing that they are... you know, that they're completely in sync. beans are smaller and have higher caffeine levels than coffee beans. Have low vision, so maybe I'm not the best judge because I'm mostly listening without my glasses. Espresso is finely ground coffee with pressurized water. I have low vision. Okay, sorry. A frame rate of the live stream is off and it is lagging a tiny bit on my phone. Oh, hey, you know what? Maybe it's a mobile thing. Are the chatters that are getting lag, are you on your phone? Is that a possibility of what's going on? I would notice it if it was more than 0.55 seconds out of sync, because that's the delay on audio I get sometimes when recording footage on my TV. Rockin' a lush ponytail, yes indeed. We're doing the side ponytail today, chat. I finally broke down and washed my hair. Right? Why wasn't I washing my hair? Am I gross? No, I'm not gross, chat. Come on, give me some credit here. I'm not gross. I was planning on getting my hair done, and I was, I could either wash my hair with what the hotel has furnished me with, which is usually not a good idea, like hotel shampoo, usually not the best, or I could wait until I go to a salon and let them wash my hair with whatever they've got, and I just haven't decided what I want to. Okay, no, Nessara says on a phone, on a tablet, desktop, Chrome, lag. You're getting lag. You're getting lag on desktop. Huh, that's so weird. Some people are getting lag, some people are not. And some people are even reloading and still not, still not good. Going insane. Mocha pot is not espresso. Watch some James Hoffman. You definitely cannot make espresso on a percolator. Oh my god, we got some coffee. We got the coffee discourse going on, chat. Congratulations, we started a discourse. I just hope that, I hope that chat can get along with their diverging views of coffee. But I don't know, maybe I'll learn something just reading your opinions. Anyway, like I said, we got to get to the show. We got to get to the topic, right? First, we gotta look and see that 89 of you have voted so far. All right, because we got a poll going on YouTube, right? In that poll, 89 people have voted so far. 40% of you want to see Sam Seder get value-tained by PBD. 29% of you want to see Hasan's Washington, D.C. speech. That's right, he went to the protest in Washington and gave a speech. 19% are curious about what is Cuffles and why is it returning, and 11% want to see Asmongold turned into a roach by Amon Animation. So that's where we're at right now. You can vote on the poll whether you're watching me on YouTube, whether you're watching me on Twitch. If you're watching me on Twitch, though, you'll have to come over to YouTube, No Comment Check on YouTube, to vote in the poll. You can watch me wherever you want. Feel free to just come over, vote, and then go back to Twitch if that is more cozy for you. Or, whatever floats your boat, really. So, yeah, we're going to possibly get some bonus content. That depends on you, chat. In fact, let me go ahead and put this. All right, so right now we're at 3%. 3% of the bonus goal, all right? If we get from 3% to 100%, if we get 97% further, then we'll do one of these topics, right? Which topic? The topic you vote for, but also know that, the things that make the bonus goal go forward is when you do a super chat, a super sticker, if you get yourself a membership, if you gift memberships, if you support me on Throne, if you sign up for my Patreon, or if you support me on Twitch, right? All of those things make the bonus goal go forward, but they also enable you to add a little bit of a bump, a little bit of a buff to the topic of your choice, right? So if you feel free to, just donate and it'll make the bonus goal go up. But if you want to donate and you want to help your favorite topic win, you can donate and you can say, I want to see Cuffles. You can donate and you can say, I want to see Sam Seder get value-tained by PBD's Beat Man, Vinny the Beat. I want to see that shit. I want to see Vinny turn into a beet in front of our eyes, right? When Sam Seder roasts him like a beet and sprinkles little walnut pieces all over him, right? Because it's delicious. Or you could say like Hasan's speech, please. Or you could say Amon Animations. I want to see Asmongold, right? So anything that you say when you donate, I will put your money where your mouth is, and I will turn your donation magically into a bonus for the topic of your choice. So you'll kind of like push, you know, you'll add a few percentages to how the topic's doing in the poll. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I hope it does, because we're about to get right into it here and finish out the Ethan Klein War Room stream. He did a whole stream that was Warzone. The whole thing was Warzone. And we've watched him talk about Noah. We've watched him talk about Bad Empanada. We've watched him go off on Mike from PA. We're about to see what he has to say towards Hasan, and specifically towards Hasan's clothing brand. Yeah. Ideology is the name of Hasan's clothing brand. That's his merch, and Ethan's got a lot to say as a owner of Teddy Fresh, of an actual clothing business with his wife Ela. Ethan's got some things to say about Hasan first, right? Stupid sexy Hasan. How dare he? How dare he show his armpit? He's too damn sexy. He's got to be stopped. Hasan needs to be stopped. And also Hasan's stupid sexy clothing brand, right? We're going to get it all. And we're possibly even going to stick around and do some bonus content. If you want me to stick around, make that number go up, because it's at 3% right now. That's a 3% chance of getting some bonus content. No, that's not exactly how it works, but you get the drift, right? If this thing goes up to 100%, we'll cover one topic. If it goes up to 200%, we'll cover 2 topics. If it goes up to 300%, I guess we'll cover 3 topics. I guess I'll be here for a while. But yeah, if you want me to stick around a little bit longer and cover something else, a topic of your choice, then make the machine go burr, and I will stick around and cover one of these topics. So for now, let us get to what we are doing today, which is not playing Soul Hackers, despite how much I might want it to be. It is Ethan motherfucking Klein, and hopefully, if the chatters that are voting get their way, seeing Sam Seder, because I've been wanting to see this stuff. Right? I've been wanting to see the Sam Seder appearance on PBD, and I don't know. Is it a good idea for Sam to go on PBD? Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how this works out. If we end up picking this is winning right now, with Hasan's Washington speech in 2nd place, Keffel's return in 3rd place, and Amon Animation in 4th place. Yeah, if we can get some motion going on the bonus goal, then we will stick around a little bit later for some bonus content. For now, let's see what's going on with Ethan. Oh wait, that's not Ethan. AB, what are you doing? What are you doing, AB? Should I be up here? Should I be down here? Maybe down here. Think this is the good place. Could put this over here. I think that looks good. We'll see if it works. We'll see if I'm in front of something important. Anywho, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, good, man. Let's get more of that. Hasan made a...
What was he talking about? What does he want more? I gotta know. What was that about?
On behalf of the Arab population.
Sides with the white person.
He's not even like I agree with Mike, but it's like I'm okay with the concept of a white dude speaking on behalf of the Arab population.
The irony fucking kills me.
Ah, that's so weird. It's so weird to watch a outlet which is in no way socially progressive voice the Ben Shapiro straw man of what intersectional what intersectionality is all about. Yeah, you could never disagree with somebody if they're marginalized in any way. That's totally what that means. Simon Pierre says, I see the setup is coming back. Yes, we have Waluigi, we have good audio. Oh my god, chat, you almost had good video too. If I had a few more moments to set it up and not had to go get something at the 7-Eleven, I would have had that set up too. But yeah, see the setup is going back. You're looking well. Going to Caffles. Okay, so look at that. Look at that. See how this works? Simon Pierre just donated a super chat, and that is going to make the bonus goal go up to 8. Boom. We're now 92% from getting some bonus content, and look at what happens here. Look at what happens here. Caffles not doing that well in the poll, in 3rd place, but Caffles, guess what? Somebody out there loves you because you get an extra 5%. Isn't that, this just warms my heart, chat. Can we rehabilitate Caffles? No, I'm so kidding. I mean, I'm sort of not. Like it, chat, I gotta tell you, like, I think I mentioned this before, but I don't like it when people who were friends of mine, like, turn out to be, like, really shitty to the point where I gotta be like, I'm not with her, right? I defended Caffles throughout a lot of the, when she was being attacked by some very bad people, right? And just to, I don't know, I would love a reason to forgive any of these sussy bakas, but yeah, Caffles, I feel like she's got some explaining to do first. There's yeah, anyway, let's get yeah, Whisper of a Dream, chat. Whisper of a Dream. All right. But thank you for the super chat, Simon Pierre, and also thank you for giving me a chance to show everybody how the bonus content thing works. That's how it works. You say the topic of your choice, and I turn your donation into a bonus, into a boost for that topic.
Yeah, good, man. Let's get more of that. Hasan he's called me a bad person with a dying career. He's joined the chorus of people saying I have a dying career. People have been saying that for 10 years. But I'm still standing. Ooh. Elton John, Dan.
I thought that was Mark Twain.
That's Gold Member. Is he doing Gold Member? He's doing a very like when you were like I'm still standing, Elton John. Like, I don't want to do your dirty work, Steely Dan. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, when you say the name of a old song and then you like mention the, I got a whole lot of love in Led Zeppelin. Like, it's that, I don't know what he's doing. It's very it's like Omega Boomer stuff here, right? It's just like Ethan's not.
He didn't make
Ethan's not from the Elton John era.
Music, okay?
Oh.
Look, man, 17 months of ethnic cleansing. If you're still justifying bombing hospitals with fucking fake bullshit that Israel never provided evidence for, you're a monster. You're not a good person.
Yeah, I agree. Who's doing that? Someone doing that? Well, who's in the room? Who's justifying bombing hospitals? Will you please stand up?
You are a fucking bad person, okay? It's not about debates. It's not about beef. It's not about fucking drama. It's not about your dying career. Okay.
Come on, bro. That's just stupid. You're just being a silly dummy here. Come on. I mean, I get the same numbers as you do. You know what I mean? Like, man, what are we doing? Come on.
God, how do I do this? Like,
dying career.
This here.
By the way, if you want to talk dying career, this dude was down to like 10,000 live viewers before October 7th. Fucking whoopee. This guy's profiting from.
This is a sad man. This is a sad, sad man here. Like, Ethan, why are you mentioning Hasan having a quarter of the numbers that he does now, right? That's what we call a glow up. You know what I mean? This would be like if I posted a picture, if I was trying to own Ethan and I showed a picture of him, you know, from several years ago when, you know, he didn't look good. He likes how he looks now better, right? And I was like, oh, Ethan, look at this. You were, you know, like, you know, and mention his weight or something like that. And then like that's a glow up. He can be like, yeah, and I, you know, I weigh a third of that now. Like, what's your point? Like, right? Why are you bringing up Hasan's numbers from 2 years ago? From 2 years ago? And like, I don't know. I kind of think those numbers were just general like political numbers, right? When you're a political streamer and you're in between elections, you know, when politics is less relevant to the masses, then your numbers are going to go down. I believe that the majority of reports numbers were about half of what they are now at that time. I don't know what his point is. I don't know what we got to listen to this, because we got the arrogance going on. Got the false bravado. I mean, this is good stuff here.
Bad person with a dying career. Not even like I agree with Mike, but it's like I'm okay with the concept of a white dude speaking on behalf of the Arab population. Bad person with a dying career. He's joined the chorus of people saying I have a dying career. People have been saying that for 10 years.
And your numbers have been going down. Wait, chat. That's about right. Wait, I don't know about 10 years. I would say, I don't know, 6 years or something like that, right? Like 8 years ago was his Vape Nation video. That's probably the height of Ethan Klein's influence and his, you know, stature on YouTube, right? It's kind of gone downhill since then. For a variety of reasons, right? The numbers that he lost after canceling leftovers with Hasan are you know, that's a different kind of you know, person that's leaving his community than the numbers that he was losing when he was perceived as being a you know, an SJW or whatever by his former fans.
But I'm still standing. Ooh. Elton John.
Thanks.
Dan.
Wait, is that even part? Is that ooh ooh ooh? I don't think that melody that he just sang, is that part of I'm Still Standing? That one, it's more like I'm still standing, stronger than I've ever been, or something like that, right? But I don't remember the ooh ooh part. Anybody remember Elton John ooh oohing in that song? I don't think he ooh oohs.
That was Mark Twain.
I don't think there's an ooh ooh.
He didn't make music, okay?
Oh.
Look, man. 17.
Listen, if Mark Twain didn't make music, sure. But if he did, they would have been bangers, okay? They would have been bangers.
18 months of ethnic cleansing. If you're still justifying bombing hospitals with fucking fake bullshit that Israel never provided evidence for, you're a monster. You're not a good person.
Yeah, I agree. Who's doing that? Someone doing that? Who's in the room? Who's justifying bombing hospitals? Will you please stand up?
You are a fucking bad person, okay? It's not about debates. It's not about beef. It's not about fucking...
Again, chat, Ethan is the guy that argued that the hospitals were bombed by Hamas, right? That we shouldn't feel bad for the Palestinians that were killed in the hospital bombing because that was Hamas that did it. Since then, more evidence has come up to debunk that claim. And there's never been a moment where Ethan was like, I'm sorry, my bad, I was wrong. I jumped to a conclusion. I believe some Hasbara, and I was wrong, and I won't do it again. Nope, there's nothing like that. That never happened. You just get to fucking move straight on without taking any accountability.
Drama. It's not about your dying career. Okay.
Come on, bro. That's just stupid. You're just being a silly dummy here. Come on.
Didn't we see this yesterday? No, not this part. We might have seen the beginning of Elton John. Goddamn. This is where we ended yesterday.
I get the same numbers as you do. You know what I mean? Like, man, what are we doing?
I mean, look, you used to get the same numbers that he did. You used to get bigger numbers than he did. Ethan, you want to talk about where you were at? I don't know, 2 years ago? I remember watching H3, and I'm not talking about leftovers days, right? I'm talking about a normal day on H3, right? The main show. And seeing those numbers be close to 50,000. At this point, Ethan is lucky if he can pull 25K. Right? So yeah, your numbers were a lot higher. They were higher than Hasan's when you brought him on for leftovers. You know, I guess you could say, you know, you're doing him, you know, a solid, or you're giving him a bigger platform than he's used to. Although, I mean, the numbers for leftovers were never super high because, again, the audience for Ethan Klein's H3 show is they're looking for goofs and gaps, a little celebrity goss talk, stuff like that, right? That's what they're looking for. They're not necessarily looking for politics. There's a certain portion of the audience that was interested in that, but it was a lesser portion than you know, the normal numbers for the H3 podcast, right? So, but yeah, what's happened since then? Hasan's numbers have gone up. Your numbers have gone down. And yeah, your numbers are statistically significantly lower than Hasan's numbers now. I wouldn't be, I don't know what he's trying to do here. Because look, numbers are numbers, and you don't have to let that define you. You don't have to feel bad because your numbers are half of what they used to be. You don't have to feel bad because, you know, somebody who you platformed in the past now gets, you know, not only greater numbers of concurrence, but chat, I want to remind you that the H3 show, we're talking about 3 hours, 4 hours that he does on his show 3 times a week. All right. So a total of 12 hours. We are comparing that with Hasan's 8 to 12 hour Twitch stream, which happens 6 or 7 days a week, mostly 7 days a week. All right. So we're not, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, not only has Hasan got more people in a chat at a time than Ethan Klein does, but Hasan is streaming for longer with those numbers. So when we're really looking for the impact of a streamer, right, you could look at my concurrence and that tells you something, or you could look at the numbers of views on a video like after it's live streamed, right? And that'll tell you like how many people watched during the whole video. So in other words, if I stream for an hour and I've got, you know, 200 people watching, right? That's less views than if I stream for 6 hours and I have an average of 100 people watching, right? Lower number on that second one, but I'm streaming for a longer period of time. There's more people, there's more eyeballs on me if I'm doing a 6 hour stream with 100 people than if I'm doing a 1 hour stream with 200 people. Does that make sense? And yeah, if you want to like compare views, which is a little difficult between Twitch and YouTube because they're not the same. Actually, a view is probably more valuable on Twitch since people's average watch time is higher. If we were going to take everything into account, at this point, Ethan cannot compare himself to Hasan, like in terms of the total number of eyeballs. Anyway, chat.
Come on.
But like I said, you don't have to care about that, but you do care about it, and that's what makes it funnier that he's eating your lunch. That makes it hilarious.
Dying career. By the way, if you want to talk dying career, this dude was down to like 10,000 live viewers before October 7th. Fucking whoopee. This guy's profiting from more
Sad man.
More than the industrial complex. He's got his own Raytheon going on there. Call Hasan Raytheon, because this man is profiting from the war more than...
Oh, but who's helping innocent people be murdered? Oh, that would be you, Ethan. I'm sorry. Call you Raytheon.
Anyone.
I mean, you're like an unsuccessful Raytheon. You're like a Raytheon at a much lower level. You know, you've lost like a good portion of your audience. You're a sad Raytheon in decline, but you know, a Raytheon nonetheless.
Okay, you're just a bad person. Not only are you a bad person, but you're actively also deluding your fucking fans who are not bad people themselves.
A plea to the audience. Please, guys, please free yourself.
But simply deluded and misguided stands into agreeing with bad positions. You are using the remainder of your influence that you have.
Come on, dude. I'm Ethan Klein.
Yes, you are. Yes. And you have to wake up every day knowing that you are Ethan Klein.
Come on.
You are a name. Ethan, you are a piece of SEO, all right? You are a piece of SEO in my algorithm that is getting more views, you know, being talked about in a negative way than it would be talked about in a positive way. And you have to live with that every single day. Quite tired. You just got weaseled, and that's a good thing. Ethan is wrong, says Borogodo Cosmico. Hasan lost a third of his viewers after October. Oh, is that right? He lost a third of his viewers after October 7th. Oh, God, thank you for reminding me. Yeah. There was a certain portion of Hasan's audience that, because he wasn't on board with the Hasbara. You know what I mean? Like, if you remember right after October 7th, there was like a lot of pressure on people to say, like, not just that, you know, not just Hamas bad, but that Israel has the right to defend itself, right? That was the pressure. You know, you got to recognize this as like, you know, as like the evil act of evil people. You got to say they beheaded 40 babies, and, you know, just like shit that if you were saying it about, like, if you were saying this kind of stuff, the stuff that they were saying about Palestinians, if you were saying that about Jewish people, it would read like an anti-Semitic, like, trope, right? It would, you know, the whole babies thing, and you know, that's definitely something that's been used to stir up hatred against Jewish people, you know, traditionally, and you know, but you had to kind of be on board for all of that stuff, right? And obviously Hasan was not. And so, yeah, like a certain portion of his viewers were like, I need to hear you say that Israel has the right to defend itself, and if you're not going to hear it, I'm leaving. Yeah, so Borogodo is reminding us that Hasan lost viewers after October 7th. And the other thing that Ethan is leaving out is that Hasan's numbers going back up, right, was a factor of the election. Like, if am I right, Chad? That's when his numbers went back up, I'm pretty sure. Ethan's building a gangstalker network for real? Damn. Wait, am I stating the obvious or saying something taboo when I note that he reminds me of folk I knew in the 90s who liked going fast habitually? Wait, Ethan? Ethan, that's a monster's name? Yeah. I mean, like a lot of the stuff that they were doing, a lot of the propaganda they were doing against Palestinians was strikingly similar to stuff like blood libel. And the purpose was the same thing. The purpose is the same thing as the you know, propaganda against Jewish people in Europe, like to you know, facilitate you know, violence, to enable you know, to excuse the violence that was about to happen to the Palestinian people based on this, right? Israel has the right to defend itself, bro. Israel's just defending itself. And yeah, Hasan lost part of his audience from not being aboard that train. Things have changed a lot since then, but that was what was going on at the time. Thank you, sir, for reminding us.
Come on, bro. Do you... Excuse me, aren't you the guy that was begging me for a fucking collab on Young Turks like 10 years ago before you even...
How times have changed. Hot Ham Radio. Yeah, lest we forget, this is just Ethan's world. We're just living in it. That's true. That's a good point. Are we forgetting? He is Ethan Klein.
When you got your Nepo job? Excuse me.
From Shaky Gurga? Yeah, I mean, like getting a job at that sinking ship, that shithole that is the TYT network. I'm sure. Wow, he really got lucky there.
Show some respect.
Like he did 2 shows. As far as his show, as far as his podcast, as far as getting to do what he wanted to do, which I believe was called Agitprop. Was that the name of his show? He got 2 episodes. 2 episodes of Agitprop. That's
Respect. Kiss the ring, you fuck. You're only relevant today because I fucking did a show with you. Literally created him.
I don't think that's really true at all.
I created him.
I don't think so.
Along with Destiny. I know it hurts to hear. Destiny
You created
him.
Destiny?
No, fuck. No, Destiny created Hasan. He made Hasan, and I gave him some flute. I don't know. Basically, I'm cooler. I'm cooler.
Not so sure about that one.
Bro, I'm Ethan Klein.
For better or worse.
Over an increasingly smaller audience.
all I gotta say, chat, is Trumpy. Trumpy AF.
You know, filled their heads chock full of misinformation at the behest of establishing a defensive posture for a genocidal apartheid state. It's fucking awful. That can't feel good. Deep down inside, there has to be a dude that I met, that I knew, that's going, oh, don't do this. This is maybe a bridge too far. Like, you cannot be this fucking deluded.
Sorry, bro. When that CPS showed up, there's no bridge I won't burn. And I'm burning.
This is just straightforward Nazi shit, dude.
Oh, bro, I'm sorry. Calling a Jewish dude a Nazi needs to be understood as what it is. It's a straight up anti-Semitic Holocaust inversion attack.
I'm sorry, Ethan. What was wrong with the Nazis? I know that sounds like a fucked up question. That sounds like a Nick Fuentes question, but I'm asking it seriously. What did they do that was bad? Was it who they were that made them bad, or was it what they did that made them bad? And if you're trying to make the argument that nobody who's, I guess, suffered at the hands of a group like no group that suffered at the hands of the Nazis can ever be accused of doing something similar to what the Nazis did, then it fucking doesn't mean anything. Like, they were bad people because of their German accents. They were bad people because of their uniforms. They were bad people, because of their way that Hitler spoke, right? No, like, you gotta say it was something else. No, they were bad people because they murdered millions of innocent people. And that is bad no matter who's doing it, all right? And right now, it's Israel that's doing it, and it's you that's justifying it. God damn.
Calling me a Nazi, even if I'm pro-Israel, let's say.
Even if I'm totally justifying all the murder of civilians that's going on right now, I'm reveling in it, I'm glorying in it. I'm going on that Israeli podcast where they joke about it and say that they're having a better time at the rave that they're at based on the fact that they know Palestinians are being killed, and I'm fist bumping those guys. You still can't call me. You still can't compare what I'm doing to the obvious historical parallel. You can't do it.
Despite my many statements to the contrary, calling a Jewish guy a Nazi in this way, it's just anti-Semitism. There's no fucking way to cut it, man. What is
actually the kind of shit that he's saying right now is directly contributing, is justifying anti-Semitism, not justifying it, not making it actually justified. I mean, like, serving as a rhetorical boost to the myriad of anti-Semites all over Twitter that are now saying the quiet part out loud because their guy has done a fucking Nazi salute on a stage, and now it's just like ollie ollie Nazis free, you know, like come on out and be, you know.
Davy Cliff super chatted $9.99. Good to see you switched out the iconic black tank top. Girls beans livin' good in Thailand.
Wait, that got read weird. Let me read it again. Good to see you switched out the iconic black tank top girls. Been living good in time. I mean, wait, you know, Davy, it's funny. I did switch out something. Can you tell what it is, though? I definitely have switched out some. There's something about me that's different right now. Can you tell?
Scumbag.
One step removed from Lebensraum.
I mean, what the fuck are we doing here? Lebensraum was the German doctrine that they wanted to remove Russia, a large swath of Russia, for German living space. That's me. That's fucking insane. I mean, like, again, that's like, I feel like you shouldn't be able to say stuff like this without repercussions. And actually, let me take a note here real fast.
SS on Pike KKK Dan KKK Klein.
Do me a favor, can you
Yeah, it's the hair. Somebody guessed it. Somebody guessed it. It is indeed the hair. Yeah, I got the side ponytail going today, and I actually look. I was gonna wait to wash it until I got my hair done, right? Because I know that the stuff they're gonna use in salons is gonna be infinitely better than what they give me at the hotel, right? But I just like I couldn't go like without washing it for any longer, so I went ahead and took a chance, and I used their shampoo and conditioner. And you know, for a hotel, you know, for a complimentary bottle of shampoo and conditioner, not too bad.
actually?
But yeah, what I was trying to get across, right, is that Ethan justifying the unjustifiable by with his identity as the reason, right? That is playing right into what anti-Semites say.
Here. Sorry, one sec. I don't want to forget.
And that doesn't justify, you know, their racism. But it does. It helps them. It helps them. It gives them an example of like, see, this guy's using his identity as a shield. Me doing bad things, not a problem. Cannot be criticized because of my identity, right? That's not. Again, there's so much of what Ethan does is he's taken right-wing talking points about the left and just adopted them, just become the straw man, right? The thing that right-wingers say that you know, that the people on the left do with their identity, he's doing that. He's doing that. And that's not what intersectional politics are about. That's not what intersectionality, you know, that was never what it was. Never supposed to excuse your bigotry on the basis of your identity.
All right. So thank you, Hasan. I'm a Nazi and I want Lebensraum. Based on what? Nothing. I can't actually give you an example. You just have to take my word for it.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry.
Let's see.
can't give us an example because we're watching cherry-picked footage, you shithead. You curated this, bud. Yeah, like if Hasan, if it's hard to figure out what Hasan is saying, it's because we've watched like a tiny little clip of Hasan out of context, which is what you always do. It's what you did in the content nuke.
Hasan's coverage of the Hamas protesters has been insanely disgusting. I storied a few of them. Here's the headlines. Hasan and co. are with the terrorists, not the Palestinians. Hasan's only cover... Whoops, that went fast. Wait, how do I go back? Oh, it's a video. Okay, hang on. Hasan and co. are with the terrorists, not Palestinians. Hasan's only coverage of this was to discredit the protesters. Never forget. I mean, by now we all know what's happening there. I don't need to read the headline. But here's what Hasan has been saying about the protesters. First, here's the video he posted on that day. Are the protests in Gaza about Hamas or Israel? As the brave Gazans who protest their tyrannical government are methodically murdered by Hamas and tortured and disappearing, Hasan the propagandist does his part to run defense for the terrorists. This is from today. And again,
I'm sorry, are you going to show... You said Hasan had a video. Are you going to show us the video? Oh, you're showing us the title. Oh, you're showing us the title and description. That's what we're getting, chat. He's commenting on the title and the description made by the person that runs Hasan's channel, not on Hasan's actual commentary on the situation, which if you ran it, it would show Hasan saying that, yeah, no, this is an organic, you know, there are people in Gaza who are not, you know, happy with Hamas, obviously. Right? He's not trying to deny he's not trying to, you know, deny people's dissatisfaction with their government or anything like that. He's just putting it into perspective with, you know, you want the cycle of violence to end. Does it make sense to stop it at the point of the resistance against the oppression, or does it make more sense to stop it at the point of the oppression? Or does it make even more sense, if you're a citizen of this country, of the United States of America, to try to put pressure on your own government to withdraw its material support from the state doing the genocide? Which of these makes more sense? Maybe if all of Palestine just you know, unilaterally disarms and they you know, lay on the ground and you know, bow down to the state of Israel, maybe then Israel will change its complete disposition and stop murdering children? Or do you think that would just make it easier for them to do what they mean to do, for them to do what they want to do, for the Netanyahu government to achieve its actual aims, which is an aim of lowering the population of Palestinians?
like, what do you lose by supporting the protesters? Why do you need to defend Hamas to be pro-Palestine? At every turn, it's just defend Hamas, whitewash for Hamas. You don't catch me doing that at all for Israel. Continue.
So I watched his video, the clip of it. He did say that it was more than just protesting Hamas. But at one point in the video, he does say he's not going to condemn the protesters who went against Hamas. He said that's
so brave.
That makes sense.
I'm not even saying he condemns them. He's downplaying them. He's reducing their struggle to...
Oh, Morbert, you saw that clip? Yeah, Morbert says the rest of the clip explains what he's basing the Nazi comparison on. Yeah, of course we're getting a cherry-picked, curated version of Hasan's stream that is safe for Ethan's audience to watch without without spurring cognitive dissonance at the difference between what Ethan is claiming about Hasan and what Hasan is actually saying. If you were to listen to Hasan's complete comments on the protest in Gaza, you'd get a very different idea of that commentary than how Ethan is portraying it.
To a Jewish conspiracy. I don't think he condemns them. I just think that like he's twisting the situation. Well, I'll show you what he said.
I feel like everyone's twisting the situation, and that's why it's so infuriating.
Well, I mean, listen.
Huh? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, sorry, I didn't mean to.
You can hear the H3 AC, or do you hear the NCC AC? It could be on my end. I can't tell, chat. I think my noise gate is keeping the AC sound. I mean, actually, is it running right now? No, it's not. It's not running right now.
No, you're fine.
Listen, there's people in Gaza that are protesting Hamas. That's the story.
Yeah, but I've just been seeing also like people using this now for the first time to talk about the genocide that's going on, and people are saying that look, this is what we've been saying all along. It's Hamas, which I agree with, but like, yeah, that's what people have been saying forever, is that the people are different from the organization running the area. So if now all these outlets who are now talking about this, they accept that, do they also accept that it's not fair to like bomb them indiscriminately? Because some of the shit I was seeing was insane. I completely agree. They were protesting Hamas. But I was also seeing people saying stuff like, oh, they're also protesting Al Jazeera being there. And they're just sprinkling.
Is this Twitter stuff? Because I'm not. Is this Twitter stuff where you read this kind of stuff?
I just was watching all the mainstream
coverage?
outlets about it.
Okay.
Yeah, like across the world. Australia, everywhere, talking about it breaks my
You're
heart
right.
because
You're right. People on both
have,
sides. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have a voice. And I'm completely condemned Hamas. Completely. I agree. I think they were protesting Hamas. I heard that it started.
Ethan knows H has lied a lot, that H is trying to justify his lies just in case there is legal blowback. Too bad for him. This was all done out in the open.
Ethan knows that he's lied a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, it's the hospital thing, right? That's something that a lot of people, I mean, I don't even know if you want to say lied about it. You know, it's like breaking news. And, you know, there's like several levels of it. They had some kind of reporting indicating that the ordinance that actually exploded the hospital might have come from Hamas or other resistance fighters, and they just kind of stuck with that, and they're like, aha, you said this was Israel, but look at this, it's actually Hamas doing it. And when more facts came out showing that not only did Israel, you know, bomb that hospital, they bombed every hospital in Gaza. They proceeded to if there was ever any doubt, you know, like, right, they proceeded to do the same thing to every hospital in Gaza. And that never, the people that were like, aha, Israel would never do that, see, I told you, I was right, like, they never had to eat crow, including Ethan. Yeah, thank you for the super chat.
As something else, and then spontaneously formed into that, and that Hamas took the leader and tortured him,
killed him, disappeared him. Also, I've heard that it's gone violent where the protesters are now, they're killing Hamas people who are responsible for murdering and kidnapping protesters.
Yeah, I mean, these people are desperate. There's and again, I'm complaining about being a chess piece. It's like these people are used, and I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are gonna regret jumping on like. Some outlets, like the extreme right outlets, are going to regret right away saying that this was completely Hamas. And I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying that because now you have acknowledged that the people are protesting. So now there's proof of you understanding that difference.
Oh my God, AB, look. I mean, like, look, he was looking pretty scummy in the last segment that we watched of Ethan, and you know, he was definitely getting played by Ethan. But Jesus Christ, like, what he's trying to say is that, like, it's been so hard to make the claim that the Palestinian people do not deserve collective punishment for, you know, the supposed actions. And I say supposed because remember the propaganda claim at the beginning of right after at October 7th, a lot of the, you know, propaganda, the 40 babies, et cetera, you know, turned out to not be true, right? But that even if they were true, the idea that the people of Gaza should bear the burden of collective punishment for, you know, the actions of Hamas on October 7th is also wrong. It's also contrary to any reasonable idea of human rights, and it should be something that's rejected out of hand when it's brought up, right? And what AB's trying to say here, and it's, you know, he's kind of getting rolled by Ethan a little bit, but what it sounds like he's trying to say is that, like, all right, for everybody who justified Israel's actions against the Palestinian people predicated on the actions of Hamas, here's an example of where the, you know, at least some of the Palestinian people, a portion of the Palestinian people are openly, you know, protesting against Hamas. So therefore, like, how do you fucking justify this collective punishment mentality when you can see, like, because what they'll do is they'll try to show a clip, right? They'll show, you know, they'll talk about what happened October 7th, and then they'll show a clip of somebody in, you know, in Gaza, like, cheering. And they'll try to say, they'll be like, this is everyone in Gaza, right? They're like, yay, October 7th, yay, you know, violence against civilians. And they'll use that shit to justify the unjustifiable. And yeah, AB's trying to point out rightly that this should show you the flaws in that logic, right? But I doubt Ethan is going to let him, you know, give him the time and space to be able to try to, you know, draw out what he's saying.
Friends. So any other action, you can't just hide behind Hamas was here, so we did this. Hamas was there, so.
There are multiple sources for these desperate people suffering, and I think that recognizing both is, I don't see a problem there. It's a very complicated issue.
Acknowledging it's complicated is kind of enough to be called genocide supporter these days. Not that you're not. I'm just saying.
No.
There's
I
no
mean,
fucking. Yeah.
on the opposite.
Okay, but anyway.
Hamas's fault that Israel's bombing them. Now, this is also being egged on by the Israeli command, for the record. Like the Israeli military, here, I have it from here, right here. This is important to understand. The protests against Hamas are being ordered by the Israeli military. They're not ordered. I wouldn't say they're ordered by the Israeli military. I don't fully agree with the statement from Zionism Observer, even though I believe
Zionism.
See, that account is, I don't know. I don't know if they realize this, but it's a little too close to a actual, like, anti-Semitic trope, that being, you know, if it was Zionism noticer, right, that would be the trope, right? There's a in fact, I think Card Posting has a video on this. I haven't watched it yet, right? But Card Posting is a YouTuber that does videos, has a series of videos on dog whistles. One of the dog whistles that I believe Card Posting covers is called Noticing, and the idea is supposed to be that they're noticing, you know, Jews doing bad stuff or whatever. They're noticing that, you know, and that, like, I don't know, it's this weird meme when they're like, oh, noticing, right, you know, and Observer. I think that's what Ethan is gonna comment on here, is that the Zionism Observer sounds sort of similar to the, you know, noticing meme.
Observer. I'm sure that's a really partial, great representative source.
As an observer is a formative archiver of war crimes that I'm pretty sure international human rights groups are using as well. They primarily focus on archiving the war crimes that Israeli occupying force soldiers themselves post on the timeline. The defense minister Katz...
Damn it, Chad. I wish I could log into Twitter and just take a look at the account, because, you know, it'd be really easy to tell by scrolling their feed a little bit, you know, what kind of, you know, what their archiving is. And, like, I don't know. I feel like I've got the spidey sense, right? I can tell whether an account is legitimately free Palestine, or whether they're trying to, you know, use that as an inroad for anti-Semitism.
who so far does not have an ICC arrest warrant, told Palestinians in Gaza they will lose their homes and more land if they don't join the protest. Here is Emmanuel Manny Fabian. He is the IDF military correspondent for the Think Times of Israel. He
Yeet the Rich says, I follow Zionism Observer. I think they're trustworthy. Yeah, it's just too bad that this fucking anti-Semitism shit is so pervasive, because now it's like, if you want to just do something like, yeah, they're trying to archive, you know, they're trying to archive what's going on in Palestine, but you kind of gotta like check what your, you know, check your rhetoric to make sure it doesn't sound like one of the myriad of dog whistles that are going on. But again, this is observer, not noticer, so it's not actually the meme. It just sounds a little bit similar.
says Defense Minister Israel Katz warns Palestinians in Gaza the military will soon operate in additional areas of the Strip, telling them to learn from the civilians in Beit Lahia who have been. It is shown that Hamas is...
Yeah, I mean, listen, the IDF is... It's advantageous to the IDF that they're protesting. So, of course, they'll be like, let's encourage that. I mean, that's obvious, right? It doesn't mean that they're doing it because of Israel. Just kind of psychotic, weird Jewish conspiracy shit.
Is more popular in the West Bank in the eyes of the Palestinians.
Oh, this is great. According to Hasan, Gazans are too stupid to know that Hamas is bad. What? Listen to this.
In the West Bank than they are in Gaza. There needs to be a reason for this. Is more popular.
Gazans are too stupid to know that Israel. Just kind of psychotic, weird Jewish conspiracy shit.
Is more popular in the West Bank in the eyes of the Palestinians.
Oh, this is great. According to Hasan, Gazans are too stupid to know that Hamas is bad. Listen to this.
In the West Bank than they are in Gaza. There needs to be a reason for this. Is more popular in the West Bank in the eyes of the Palestinians in the West Bank than they are in Gaza. There needs to be a reason for that. Part of the...
Okay, so Hamas is more popular in the West Bank, a place that's not ruled by Hamas, that they watch from afar. In Gaza,
I'm going to guess the reason for this has something to do with the fact that Palestinians in the West Bank are ruled by the Palestinian Authority. There are problems with that entity as well, and that, you know, they're looking at there's a lack of resistance, maybe a perceived lack of resistance from the Palestinian Authority, and that maybe is what explains that.
Where Hamas rules, they're less popular. Now, why do you think that might be? You know, what's the obvious answer, right?
Okay, now I hear H3's air conditioner.
That they're terrible, that they're fucking evil and terrible. Pretty much, I think.
Or could it be the same reason that there's more like anti-democratic sentiment when Biden is running the country than, or like I don't know, there's more and then there's more anti-Trump sentiment when Trump is running the country. I don't know. It's just Occam's razor here. It's just like the simplest explanation, but
probably
the reason is because, of course, people attribute the crimes of Israel in terms of like famine or in terms of the horrible conditions to administrative failures of Hamas.
So his point is that Gazans hate Hamas because of Israel. Like they can't tell the difference between like they don't know the difference, like, oh,
because Hamas sets itself up as a resistance against the oppression of Israel, and yet the oppression of Israel affects Palestinian people in Gaza in a multiplicity of material ways. The organization that is, you know, standing up to oppose this is not able to do so in a way that abates the suffering of the Palestinian people. I don't know. It seems pretty simple to me.
Oh, there's administrative challenges because Israel's attacking us, right? He's saying, so that's why they hate Hamas. Versus like them being like cruel, just cruel, despot, violent.
Morbert says the Palestinian Authority is also often an extension of IDF oppression. Yeah. One is ruled by Hamas, one isn't ruled by Hamas. Both are ruled by Israel. Their posts are mostly pretty professional archiving. They don't make a ton of subjective statements. Yeah. No, it's just I'm just like attuned to the like because of having to see so many dog whistles, and now like a lot. Yeah, that's the weird thing. That's the one thing that's changed about anti-Semitism, I guess, in America, and you'll see this on Twitter, is that a lot of the stuff that used to hide behind dog whistles, right? Nick Fuentes didn't out and out do like a speech of Holocaust denial. He instead made this cryptic statement about Cookie Monster that just happened to use the same numbers corresponding to the Holocaust, and let his audience know that he was a fellow denier, while making anybody who tried to call him out on it like, oh, you're mad because he talked about Cookie Monster? Oh, these crazy libs, right? They think everything's a dog whistle, and that's part of how dog whistles work. But now you're just going to see it out and out stated on Twitter, and Elon Musk is going to reply to it and say, you have said the actual truth, sir.
Rulers, like he doesn't think that people in Gaza can tell the difference.
Yeah, well, they blame Hamas for October 7 and everything that followed up, all the devastation that they've been going through, essentially.
Right.
No.
Yeah. It's like, again, he's just
I feel like AB wants to object to some of what Ethan is saying here.
think that people in Gaza can tell the difference.
Yeah, well, they blame Hamas for October 7 and everything that followed up, all the devastation that they've been going through, essentially.
Right.
No.
Yeah. It's like, again, he's just whitewashing for Hamas at every corner. And it's like, dude, you don't have to do that.
Conditions to administrative failures of Hamas. as a
Hotham
political.
Ra super chatted $5. In honor of my 70-something Jewish dad who told me tonight for the first time that he thinks Israel is a fascist state.
Damn.
Cheers.
Cheers indeed. Cheers indeed. But according to Ethan, your dad is Ethan would call your dad anti-Semitic for that, I suppose. God damn. Anyway, congratulations.
Political operative.
Oh, yeah. This is unrelated, but this was nuts, man. This was on the server. This man discovers the name of his family members who lost their lives during Holocaust in Auschwitz. Unrelated to Israel, Palestine, Zionism, anything. It's just a dude seeing his family's name on a wall of those who were murdered by Nazis. And then this is all the comments. Imagine crying for someone you never knew. Crocodile tears. Nice try, Diddy. Well done, comment section. I be crying too. Imagine being a Jew. Deserved button. Like Germany button.
Wait. What are we seeing here?
Victim card. Imagine the list of Palestinians. Top 5 things. I mean, it's just every comment. It's like, wow. That's crazy, dude.
How does this have to do with Hasan?
Wood doors. They love that one. Yeah. Pretty crazy, man.
Just been seeing more and more of that shit, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is the norm now on social media. This is the norm, you know. The guy, he's just sitting there, fucking mourning.
Yeah. So I'm really glad that you're out there, Ethan, conflating people that are objecting to the human rights atrocities going on in Gaza. That you're now conflating that with this shit, right? You got plenty of live examples of anti-Semitism on TikTok, on Twitter, on YouTube everywhere. But let's not fight against that. Let's like worry about Hasan.
The loss of his family. It's got nothing to do with politics. The comments are giving me hope.
That's crazy.
I'm waiting for the next slide. There's another thing afterwards. Paid actor. And then
Wait, I'm sorry. How is this connected to Hasan? I don't get it.
Oh, this is the guy who Hamas accused of abduction, torture, and murdering of Gaza.
Wait, I don't get it. Wait, chat. Does anybody understand? Like, what purpose did Ethan just show that for? Like, I don't get it. Does he think all those Nazi commenters are pro-Palestine? I mean, some of them will use the, pro-Palestine stance as a fig leaf for their anti-Semitism, but Hasan almost made a good point. So need to slide in some anti-Semitism. The funny thing is that, yeah, like I think chat's pointing out now that being pro-Israel and being anti-Semitic is a ever-increasing portion of the Venn diagram. Right? There is a surprising number of people. Elon Musk is a great example. Elon Musk, exceptionally pro-Israel, also exceptionally anti-Semitic, and he is not the exception to the rule. This is unfortunately a very common perspective to see people coming from on social media. Is putting blames Hasan for all the anti-Semitism online. I mean, Hasan is in a place of pro-Palestinian advocacy, and within that place, he is fighting anti-Semitism, gatekeeping anti-Semites out of the movement, and somehow Ethan has a problem with this? Oh, I guess because it makes it harder for Ethan to say that, look at this whole section of people that care about Palestinians, they're just being anti-Semitic. When you've got a counterexample like Hasan, inconvenient for his narrative.
Dissident. Yeah, I don't know if Hasan mentioned him. I tagged him just so he's aware of him.
Wait, I'm sorry. What? What?
This
What the
can you guys
fuck?
explain this tension
I'm
to him?
sorry, I totally
this
don't
is
get
waiting
what
for the
that
next
was.
slide. There's another thing after.
Okay, so he's
the
going
norm
over.
now.
Those are TikTok
Victim
comments, right?
pity. Well,
Okay, what is
lives
this
during
from?
Holocaust.
Operative.
Again, he's just whitewashing for Hamas at
This was just Ethan's story, right?
every corner, and it's like, dude, you don't have to do that.
So what part of his story is Hasan talking? And
Conditions
then,
to administrative failures.
so according to Hasan, Gazans are too stupid to know that Hamas is bad. Who is this guy advocating for exactly? So that's the beginning of his. Is this like
Of
the same
Hamas
story?
as a political operative.
I think this is the same story. So yeah, the story cuts to this. Man discovered the names of his family members who lost their lives during the Holocaust at Auschwitz. And I believe this is a TikTok. Yeah. I if I was on TikTok more, I'd be easier to tell where this comes from, because I honestly don't know that much. Like, I guess it could be a reel too, from Insta. Now we got Brett Cooper.
Yeah, I don't know if Hasan mentioned him. I tagged
Mentioned him.
him just so he's aware of him. So there's that. This can you guys explain this take to me? I found this very bizarre.
Goblin. The difference here is that there is a project here. There's an ideological project here. And I think a lot of people get it and some people don't. So they just have like a stupid perspective on it and they go, "Ah, you're a clout goblin." Yeah, sure. Okay. The question I have for you is that if all I cared about was clout, why the fuck would I talk about Israel all the goddamn time? Are you stupid?
I mean, that literally revived your fucking career. Like, you are actually getting 10,000 live viewers before Gaza. Like, even trying to deny that it hasn't been helpful for his career is just weird. Just be like, yeah.
Again, chat, somebody reminded me, I had actually forgotten this, but somebody in chat reminded me today that Hasan lost viewers, right? After October 7th. Like, right? His audience contained people whose reaction to October 7th was that you need to say that Israel has a right to defend itself. And if I don't hear that from you, I'm gone. And Hasan never bowed down to that shit. Hasan never, you know, there was all this propaganda that was like, are you okay with 40 babies being killed? Are you okay with, like, you know, systemic, you know, like sex crimes used as a weapon of war, right? Just strategically, like there'd been orders given by the command structure to do this, and you were expected to be like, yes, this is all true. All the stuff that I'm hearing that I have no way of verifying, this is all true. Therefore, Israel has the right to defend itself, right? Hasan didn't do that, and he lost. You know, the chatter was saying like half of his audience. I haven't looked at the numbers, but yeah, I do remember a decent portion of his numbers disappearing around the time of October 7th. Now, as in terms of his upswing, right? Because you know, he's got an average of, I don't know, 40,000 people watching it at any given time. I think is about where it's at now. That change, that number, that level is something that the turnaround came when the election started to heat up, right? That's when people started watching Hasan in the kind of numbers that he gets now. But yeah, Ethan's trying to pretend that like somehow October 7th there was like nobody watching Hasan, and then after that, you know, people don't like it's like he's just erased the fact that it was really hard to advocate for a free Palestine in the immediate wake of October 7th. Anybody who did it, you know, including people that Ethan criticized at the time, like Frogan, anybody who did any kind of Palestinian advocacy, because they recognized that this, you know, event was going to be used as a pretext to go in and murder innocent people in Palestine. Anybody who mentioned that was being called, like, you know, anti-Semitic or was being called pro-terrorist.
Yeah, I benefited from it, but well, he does not really doing anything for the Palestinians. You'd be donating a lot of money that he's earning.
Stupid. Like, especially in the way that I talk about it, where I also don't even entertain a second of anti-Semitic commentary on the subject matter. If I wanted clout and I had an anti-Israel position, you bet your fucking ass if all I gave a shit about was clout and not like presenting my vision for the world, I would be anti-Semitic as fuck. Look at all the top...
What does he mean?
Okay, so Kazvan's got up. No. Oh my god, Chad. I swear to God. This container is not ideal for mulberries. Hey. Happy with this. Yeah, it just like pushed itself off the desk because of the... Anyway. Wait, sorry. A chatter had a number for me. Hasan lost 30% of his audience post October 7th. Ironic that Ethan's acting like this was some big windfall for him. I mean, there are definitely people who found Hasan after, you know, when the protest movement started to heat up, right? There are definitely people, you know, that have come into the Hasan audience, you know, since October 7th. But yeah, Kazvan's bringing up a good point that the immediate effect was for people that were buying into the propaganda, and Hasan was not doing the, you know, performative, yes, Israel has the right to defend itself thing that everybody's supposed to do. They got the fuck out. And yeah, 30% of Hasan's audience sounds about right. Lost 1/3 for like 10 months. Oh, for 10 months. Wow. He lost a lot of libs. Yeah. Ethan's crashing out helped Hasan's numbers. Possibly. I mean, look, my thought is I really think it's about the election. I think it's like, and I've seen this before. I've seen numbers for, you know, all kinds of content creators, from Sam Seder to Vosh to, you know, to Hasan. I've seen these numbers go up in the time of a presidential election, go down in the time that the you know, if it's a candidate on the left is in office, right? The numbers will tend to go down, and then come back up when you know, Trump wins again, right? I think that seems like what is, if anything, is moving these numbers. It's that.
By that is, if I wanted clout, if I wanted to be more famous, I'd be anti-Semitic as fuck. I mean, he continued.
I guess
What is he? How is Ethan going to characterize this? Is he going to say like, oh, Hasan really wants to be anti-Semitic? Oh, he's licking his chops. He's like, oh yeah, I could get so much clout. Go over and shake hands with Jackson Hinkledink. Tell him that he was right all along. Get all that clout. Think that's what Hasan's saying? Do you think that when he puts on the Hank Pecker hat, you know, that he's like, oh, if I could just be a Trump, oh, just to be a MAGA influencer, it'd be so great. Philip Blair says Auschwitz survivors have unreservedly condemned Zionism. People like Dr. Hajo G. Meyer. Ethan Klein is so cynical using Auschwitz this way. It is disgusting. Nina says, yeah, he lost like 10K viewers. Okay, so they're 30%, 10K viewers. So you're talking about like a shrink in his audience from, like, let's say 30,000, which is less than he's at now, right? To 20,000. But Ethan's trying to make it sound like he was at 10,000 before October 7th, and he got boosted up. He went from, yeah, Vinny Bones is confirming what I thought. Went from after. I'm glad we got Haas heads in chat to confirm this, right? I try to keep up on it as much as I can, but obviously I'm doing my stream. You know, I stream for like 6 hours a day. Hasan is streaming for like 10 hours a day. I can't really keep up with everything. You know, I've been paying more attention to it since, you know, since his community and his stream has become kind of a center of the movement. I've been keeping more up on it since then, but I'm glad that we got some Haas heads, some Hasanabi heads in here to give me the real numbers. It's not like an election happened last year and all political info. Okay, not all Narwhal by nature, right? There were some MSNBC. I think Joe Scarborough's numbers went down. I think yeah, David Pakman's numbers went down for a little while and then came back up. Yeah, it's kind of like if you were like on the MSNBC side of things, then maybe you lost some viewers. But definitely people on the left like Hasan have gained viewers and the fallout from the election. Gotta find the energy and place to sell devices. I've been fixing again. Good luck with that. He lost about a third, says Eat the Rich. He got as low as 19K average. Wow. Okay, so Ethan was saying that he was at 10K average, which would be around the numbers that the Majority Report gets. Yeah, Majority Report now gets around 10K. Around has Vosh ever? Vosh is more like 5 to 7K. Destiny's probably around 10K. Ophelia, we should get Ethan a copy of Mouse so he sees the part where it's not because someone survived the Holocaust that they're suddenly incapable of hate. That's the Art Spiegelman graphic novel that Ophelia is talking about. If you're into graphic novels, it's worth checking out. Yo, Omega Star, Thank you for the 1,000 bits. Thank you. All right, look at that, chat. That puts us up to 37. Looks like maybe this bonus goal is within striking distance. I don't know. It depends on how bad you want to see Sam Seder get value-tained. I want to be value-tained. I'm really hoping we get that at least, chat. I was kind of hoping we got it yesterday. Like, I was like, can we get 2? Can we do 2? Oh, speaking of which, I gotta keep my eye on the time. Not the mulberries yet. Like, let me... Lost 1 mulberry. I don't know, chat. This was on the floor. I'm tempted to eat it anyway because it is a mulberry, but it's... No, I'm not gonna eat it. But it wasn't right. It's... Look, sour grapes, chat. Sour berries. All right? The berry wasn't that ripe anyway. I don't care. I don't mind losing it. I thought you spilled a drink. Yeah, no, it was the... It was this thing. Like, it's this, like, plastic... You know... I don't know what do you call this, a berry caddy or something like that, right? And if you put a rubber band around it, it'll stay it'll stay closed, but if you don't, then it just flips open. It almost has like a spring action. That's what happened. Sprung open and it pushed itself off the desk. So anyway, Ethan can't even go see an effing Oscar. Oh yeah, like Zone of Oscar winning film. Only his employees go do that on their own time. Wait, are you talking about Zone of Interest? Did he say anything about the speech, the Oscar speech? He gets the message out every day about the plight of Palestinians. Ethan doesn't care, so he doesn't wait. Started off watching Hasan after his conversation. From the river to the sea. I was a casual watcher and instantly could not handle Ethan anymore. Oh, the conversation with Ethan about that? Yeah, I remember that. I defended Palestinian children in a YouTube chat of the synagogue I used to go to. I thought they were in agreement with Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel because they would quote him a lot. I was wrong. What does he mean, Ethan? You absolutely spectacular... We got some Finkelstein quotes in chat. Ethan, you absolutely fucking spectacular moron. I wish Finkelstein had an arc with... Love to see Norm. What happened? Norm kind of disappeared. Ethan has his thank you for donating receipt on the fridge. It was the election. That's what I thought too, Nina. Yeah, I think it's the election that brought Hasan's numbers back. Narwhal by Nature says, did Asmongold get his views for talking about Israel? Yes.
He's probably referring to people like Candace Owens who have kind of jumped on the pro-Palestinian
Candace
train as a way to like revive.
Oh, Mopo, you called it. Yeah, Candace Owens is proof of that. Wait, the sloth-looking witch? I'm sorry, what? What is that? Candace?
Her career, which has been very successful.
That's true. She's killing it.
Candace, Dan Blazarian. He was talking
Dan Blazarian's
about
probably another good example. No, I don't think that. I think I understand what he's saying.
He's talking about the Daily Wire and how they're falling out, and how
I called that.
Hey, AB and Dan, how do you fucking sleep at night? I wonder, because it like you're showing me that you got some recognition. You got some recognition of the problem with Ethan's rhetoric here, and yet you stay. And you lend credibility to this asshole. I don't know. Like, it'd be one thing if Dan was just like constantly giving Ethan shit and like daring him to fire him, right? Same thing with AB. It's not what we're seeing here, right? The crew is
Okay, I get it.
Crew is not great either, but
I called that Daily Wire. Man, I'm so prophetic. I wish people would just listen to me.
Wait, what? You called what? The Daily Wire losing number? What does he think he called? What is he claiming to be prescient about? I don't get it.
So pathetic.
I'm so prophetic.
I am Ethan Klein. Kiss the ring.
That's me saying kiss the ring.
Oh, don't worry, I got it.
I say.
Oh, don't worry. We kiss the ring every day just to be here.
Anti-Israel commentators that get so much motion on the matter. It is quite literally uninterrupted, full-blown, the Jews are responsible.
Okay, I mean, listen, I personally
He's not wrong.
Yeah, he's not wrong. He's right, actually, about like, I forgot how popular Candace Owens was.
She's like
third most popular podcast in the country, right? Candace Owens. Right behind, what is it? Right behind Midas Touch and somebody else? Not Joe Rogan anymore. Joe Rogan's really fallen off, surprisingly. Another Trumpian trait in Ethan, it was Joe Rogan for a while. You're spreading negativity about what Israel is up to, but if you looked away, you wouldn't even know what was happening.
number 3 biggest podcast in the world or something now.
Yeah, no wonder the Instagram comments are like
crazy.
Like I was thinking of people like Nick Fuentes, who's not popular or he's very niche, and then who's that other?
Yeah, and the scary thing about Candace Owens is very much not doing dog whistle. You know what I'm saying, chat? Candace Owens is the example of the kind of anti-Semite that says the quiet part out loud, and the fact that she's blown up with that is, and that she's been on the record. She's been on the record saying weirdly pro-Hitler shit, and that has not slowed her role in the slightest. If anything, it has expedited her rise.
Other psycho, the fucking
expedited.
He's like the libertarian communist or something. Jack.
Oh,
a libertarian communist? What? That's hilarious, right? Now, Vosh calls himself a libertarian socialist, right? And that's not as contradictory as it sounds. Chad, if you don't know, libertarian, at the turn of the century, was a philosophy associated mostly with anarchists, right? It was not a right-wing economic philosophy at all. So the idea of somebody being a libertarian socialist is not actually as much of an oxymoron as it sounds. But yeah, the middle of the 20th century, right-wingers took the phrase libertarian over. Everyone from Milton Friedman to Ayn Rand either adopted the terminology or...
Mark Gold super chatted $9.99. Free Palestine. Shout out it to all the Jewish dads out there bold enough to call a fascist state what it is.
Hell yeah.
Not easy to say out loud for those raised in the Israelism cult. Zionism is anathema to Judaism.
Very contradictory to a lot of values that are held as important. Yes. Yeah, thank you for the super chat, Mark Gold. We're up to 47%. We may yet be value-tained today, chat. I have a strong my spidey sense is tingling. I think we might hit the bonus goal. Libertarianism came from that period before it got right wing. Candace is pro-Palestine in the way Kanye and Myron are pro-Palestine, which is just anti-Jewish. Yeah, basically anti-Semitic. They're the kind of people that use their pro-Palestine viewpoint in order to sort of cloak their anti-Semitism. He's a libertarian for obvious reasons. Wait, no, he was saying Jackson Hinkle is Jackson Hinkle libertarian? Wait a minute. I'm sorry, chat. Look, fuck Jackson Hinkle, all right? Let me say that first and foremost, all right? I can't emphasize that strongly enough, all right? fuck Jackson Hinkle. I hate the dude, right? He's a fucking scumbag, but I feel like he's being defamed a little bit here, right? There's a lot that you can say bad about Jackson Hinkle, yes, including anti-Semitism, but calling a Nazgul like Jackson Hinkle a libertarian is just wrong. Just you're missing the whole point of Jackson Hinkle. He makes an appeal to economic leftism, but then combines that with social conservatism, yeah, including anti-Semitism, right? That's Jackson Hinkle, right? Nazgul's like, I hate how so much of the online left, to the degree that Ethan is like part of that, right? Online liberalism is really what I'm speaking about. I hate how liberalism just does not know the difference between a tanky, a Nazgul, they just conflate all these things, right? And like, oh yeah, Jackson Hinkle, he's right wing, so he's a libertarian, right? No, he's a social right winger. He is an economic. He's somebody who appeals to working people's material conditions as far as his economic politics, but then he combines that with just bigotry. I don't know how else to describe it. He's like, yeah, let's be pro worker, but from a racist, misogynist, homophobic, transphobic, point of view. That's Jackson Hinkle's innovation, right?
That guy, Hinkle or something
Who's
like
also
that.
not really that
He's a MAGA communist.
Yeah,
actually,
MAGA.
he's a MAGA communist.
Different than a libertarian.
Whatever that
but
means.
okay, Hassan's a champion of the Jewish
Are you
people.
gonna learn something, Ethan, buddy, listen. If you want to be a political host, if you want to do politics, when you run into somebody who knows more than you do, which is like almost anybody, most people, right? But in this case, Dan understands that, yes, correctly calls Jackson Hinkle a MAGA communist. That's what he is. He is not a libertarian or a libertarian communist. Is his brain processing? Right? So I said before, libertarian socialist, right, is not as much of an oxymoron as it seems. The libertarian that's meant there is more of a turn of the century. The turn of the century definition of libertarian is more like an anarchist, right? Whereas the middle of the 20th century, libertarian came to mean what it means now. Milton Friedman, Ayn Rand, et cetera, right? Economic right winger, is what libertarian, and maybe even somebody, I don't know. Let's not get it too deep into it. But it's just like he had a chance to learn something, and he's got no interest. He's got no curiosity. It's the combination. Like I said before, chat. It's not bad to be ignorant. If you are ignorant, that's just how things are. You don't know stuff, all right? There's stuff that I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that I'm learning every day, how much stuff I don't know. I'm ignorant, but I'm not arrogant about it. I'm ignorant and I'm humble, and that's a good combination because that makes me curious. When I'm ignorant about something and somebody knows more than me, I want to find out. I want to learn from them. I want to listen to them. I want to see where my understanding is lacking, and I want to fill in those gaps. And Ethan, because he's the fucking boss, because he is Ethan Klein, because he's the, right? Because he's up his own ass in like 18 different ways. He's got no interest in that. He's like, no, I already know enough already. Calling Jackson Hinkle a libertarian is fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. And not because I give a fuck about Jackson Hinkle. It's just not fucking true. That's not what he is. That's not what's wrong with him. That's not the kind of reactionary Jackson Hinkle is. He's the opposite kind of reactionary.
For it. Either I would never mention Israel or never mention any politics whatsoever and just simply talk about other shit, have fun,
By the way, when he streamed video games, he had like 12,000 live viewers. Just saying.
Ethan, I dare you to try to stream. I dare you to do a video game stream. I fucking dare you. Chat, you want to see the H3 channel with 500 concurrents? You want to see the H3 channel with 250 concurrents? Load up Marvel Rivals, Apex Legends, anything you fucking want to do. Fucking Fortnite, right? Hell, if he played Fortnite with Connor, if he got on Connor Eat Pants and played Fortnite and live streamed on his channel, you would see sub 1,000. I can guarantee you. You'd see sub 1,000 numbers. He wants to 12,000 concurrents for a political streamer doing video games. Actually, pretty fucking good. I wish I could pull those numbers.
Well, people don't watch Hasan for his gaming ability.
Well, of course.
Right.
But he's saying I would just have fun if I wanted clout. It's like, no, you wouldn't. That's not even consistent with the facts.
And do like silly content.
But okay, fair enough. Sure. You can always be more anti-Semitic. He's right. You know, there's always the next level.
Look,
Sons.
I'm trying to go to the next level by firing off my coffee. I should probably check on the poll and see where we're at. Chat, we've got 180 votes. 180 of you have voted so far. Of those 180, 41%, you want to be value-tained. As do I, right? In second place, we have Hasan's Washington, D.C. speech. Hasan at the protests giving a speech. We could take a look at that. And in third place, we have Keffel's returns. 21% of you want to see Keffel's return. And chat, all that it takes is just like Legend of Zelda, right? Just spill the anyway, chat, let's not go there now. Amon Animations is in fourth place. So that's where we're at right now. He's just so angry and bitter. You got owned by your own handpicked video, Ethan. What an L. Trying so hard, it's just ridiculous. So yeah, Sam Seder in first place again. Oh my god, did we the butterfly thing? Did I not put, maybe I didn't put I didn't put 2 hours. Okay, let me try to do this again, chat. Start another goal, put the butterfly back in my hair. Damn it. I just have to set the timer for 2 hours, right? To actually, I think I set it for 30 minutes before. So my apologies, but if you want to put a butterfly in my hair, there's the goal. Sorry I messed it up like I always mess it up. That's where we're at. Again, we're at 47% on the bonus goal. If we get to 100%, which is only 53% away now, if we get to 100%, we will get to, I'll hang out a little longer. I'll stay on a little bit longer after, this segment, which we're getting towards the end of it. We're getting towards the end of this segment, but yeah, I'll stay on a little longer for you and cover, it looks like Sam Seder and Valuetainment. So if that's valuable to you, know that the thing that makes this bonus goal go forward is when you do a super chat, a super sticker. If you get yourself a membership, if you gift a membership, if you support me on Throne, or you sign up for my Patreon, or if you support me on Twitch, right? That what makes the bonus goal number go up. If it gets to 100%, I'll stay on a little bit later. The other thing you can do when you donate is you can let me know which of these topics you're supporting. And if your topic, if you're feeling like the topic that you're pulling for needs a little bit of, oh my god, Winnie Cat. Oh my god, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. I gotta do the weasel thing. It's time to do the weasel thing, chat. Rhapsody, Septagonopus, you just got weaseled. Lizel 16, you just got weaseled. Eminem, wait, is Eminem getting weaseled? Eminent Prof, not Eminem. You just got weaseled. The furry one, you just got weaseled. How appropriate. Yes, weasels also famously furry. Good gamer, you just got weaseled. Joni Gazebo, you just got weaseled. Joshua Keller, you just got weaseled. YS Project, you just got weaseled. Mark Gold, you just got weaseled. Timothy Jones, you just got weaseled. And that's a good thing. And that's a good thing. You got weaseled. Wait, were you waiting to get weaseled, Mark Gold? I feel like there was somebody in chat that was like, how come I never get weaseled? Weasels all the way down. Yeah, it is weasels all the way down. Anyway, chat, if you want to support the stream, you don't necessarily have to have money to do so. There's a few things you can do for free to help me out. And one of those things is liking the stream, right? It helps me out greatly when you hit that like button. If you're watching on Twitch, you can come over and vote. I mentioned the poll earlier. 185 people have voted so far. The Twitch viewers, if you want to come over to YouTube and do it, that's fine. All I ask is that you leave a like when you're over here because it helps me out greatly and I appreciate it massively. When you donate, if you want to, you can let me know in the chat which of the topics that we've got in the poll here, which of these topics is appealing to you, and I will be more than happy to put your money where your mouth is, adding your donation as a percentage to the topic of your choice. All you need to do is let me know in chat, and I will make it happen. Anyway, back to Ethan Klein. Back to Ethan Klein.
Said Hasan. Okay, now this is fun. This is fun. You guys are going to love this. Hasan, we've talked about his merch. I've wondered, like, how the fuck does he make it American made for $35? It doesn't make any sense. So the people that make the shirt and the design, or not the design, the people that make the shirt and print on it is a U.S. union. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But who's making the art here?
This is done deliberately. The trigger lives. The right is alting.
Excuse me? That's the Miyazaki filter, isn't it? That's like the Miyazaki AI filter. Chad, I haven't really talked about this. Most of you probably know this already, but somebody made an AI filter that turns any image into what it would look like if Miyazaki drew it, or like that's the idea, right? And people have done some really gross shit with this, like some pictures of people being deported by ICE agents. Obviously here we've got Donald Trump. Wow. This is the kawaii Donald Trump, I guess. World did not need that. But what is Ethan is gonna accuse Hasan of using AI on his art? Am I getting this right?
And it's working. I mean, I'm not triggered by it. I'm just disgusted by it. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I don't care if you're making fucking AI art, dude. I don't care. Like, congratulations. You're killing it, okay? I'm glad. I'm glad that you did an input. You're a real artist, okay?
So, he has a clear stance on AI art. I have, this is from his new post. I have no fucking way to explain these bizarre artistic, quote unquote, bizarre artistic choices other than AI. It doesn't make any sense. Like, this is hallmark AI weirdness in the art. Like, what's going on with the horn? What is this? Like, why would an artist draw this? It doesn't even make sense.
It's so hard to tell. Like, I saw this going around, like...
What is this?
I agree. It looks
weird. What is this, a tail? Or a part of a cape? I don't know. Like...
Weird as fuck. And the side of the computer is weird too, but like...
Yeah, what the
it
fuck?
Could just be a stylistic thing.
The side of the computer?
I guess. It's so hard to tell.
Why would
like,
an
nowadays
artist
with all
draw
this shit.
3 CD drives on the side of a monitor?
Is that what it's...
Wait. I'm sorry. Why would a... Like, why would a AI draw that also, right? You know that AI is fed by generally scraping things online. Yeah, I don't know, where is an AI gonna see a I'm trying to think of there were some kind of Macs, right, chat? Weren't there some kind of Macs that would have had like a disk drive? Like I can remember like a type of Mac. It's like candy color. It's really old, and it looks like a CRT. You know, the screen is like thick like that, right? I mean, this just looks like. But yeah, you wouldn't expect the drive to be on the side of it. If there was drives in those things at all, they were like in the front of it. I mean, it is weird art, but it's not weird in a way where I'm like, oh, that's clearly AI. It's weird in the it's weird like a band T-shirt.
Supposed to be. I honestly don't even know what it's supposed to be on.
Or
the
maybe
side
like maybe hard drive slots or something.
It's like the cables are like coming out of the side or something.
Also, we know that AI has difficulty with hands.
And these hands have 5 fingers. Ethan, what is your point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hands are pretty fucking weird.
No, they're not. Wait, what? I don't think they're weird, Chad. That's 5 fingers.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 fingers.
That one has 6. This one has 4 and 1 missing, or 1.
I mean,
wait. Do anybody else see 6 fingers there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 5 fingers. 1 thumb and 4 fingers.
I'd be lying if I didn't say it's not suspicious, but also I feel like you can't really know.
How can you know for sure? We don't know for sure. We can't.
Oh, and you love that. You love that shit. You present something where you're like, we can't know for sure, in front of your biased audience, and just let them do the math of like, yeah, no, of course, because fuck Hasan, it must be AI.
By my expertise in the subject of AI art,
like, didn't Teddy Fresh literally steal art or have, I don't want to necessarily put it on them like they did it on purpose, but like they were using an artist who stole designs from somebody else, right? I don't know where these assholes think that they have room to talk. I mean, if I'm real, chat, it just looks like a bad band T-shirt, you know?
Yeah, you're an expert on that?
This is screaming AI art.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, who knows who the artist is? Maybe they have just like a weird style.
I mean, people have been. He could.
Everybody in the chat saying no, it's definitely AI. I mean, listen, I'm leaning that way, but I just feel like you can't really. You can't say for sure.
I feel like there's no artist in the.
Everyone in the chat saying it's AI. Am I surprised? No, I called it, chat. I called it. So wait, because of so they like it's a demon with like a cape. One of the cape is like sort of blowing up, and one of the edges of it kind of looks similar to a horn, and that's what he's calling AI. He's saying putting an extra horn on a demon is indicative of AI.
World that would make these choices, because it's just not human. It's like not human. It doesn't make any sense. That being said, Hasan could easily disprove this by just sharing the artist. Also, who uses
sharing the artist? What? So you can send the Fupa Troopas after them?
The art doesn't even shout out the artist. That's weird, especially for this guy who's all. Let's.
I don't know. Considering that he's got stalkers, I would say that maybe the artist would prefer it that way.
All for the people here, guys.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be that.
Here's a previous one. This isn't the first time he's been accused of using AI art.
Narwhal underscore by super chatted $10. The shirt says personal reality, and the gooped about the perspectives being wonky. Art imitating life imitating art.
Yeah. Look, I mean, like, I feel like I have a definite spidey sense when it comes to AI shit, and it's not tingling there. Now, I mean, I'm not saying it's not what I would prefer. It's not art that I'm like, yeah, that's some good art. Yeah, great T-shirt, Hasan. I mean, it's whatever, you know. But then again, I'm not like the band T-shirt girl, right? Maybe if I was the band T-shirt girl, maybe if I was into that kind of, metal band t-shirt stuff, then I would like that, right? It's just not my thing, but I don't have to hate on it. If it was AI, then Hasan's crime would be to not have a point in production chain where with a discerning eye to verify the originality. Just like the multitude of times that Teddy Fresh, that's what I'm talking about. Got more stole. Yeah, Teddy Fresh has been caught stealing artwork, and yeah, their crime was not verifying that their artists were using original designs, right? It wasn't that Hila and Ethan, like nobody said Hila and Ethan are out there like, yoinking people's designs. It's that, the artists that they hired did that. Ethan wants to know the artist's name for the same reason that cops don't want people wearing masks at protests. Yeah, that's right. Why can't we see the artist's name? I want to send my Fupa Troopas to their Wait, so Tyler went after this artist? Did Tyler accuse the artist of AI? It's funny because like with Tyler and Sunday, you've got Sunday that's just uses AI all the time. No fucking like one of his main designs was AI, the octopus reading the book one, right? And then you got Tyler maybe seeing AI where none exists. So you got the whole spectrum between those two. They really are bookends, aren't they? They were talking they taking the Westside Tyler image part, now saying the guillotine. Wait. So what did Westside Tyler go after? Did Westside Tyler go out say the guillotine was AI, or did he say that the skeleton, the personal reality? No, saying artists didn't do it would be too stupid for Hasan to use AI art knowingly for me to believe he would. The fingers? Do you think the finger stream AI really? The skeleton fingers? Because like, I mean, the one thing about the fingers that didn't make sense is it kind of looked like the skeleton, like the skeleton had its hand like up to the screen, and it looked like it was pointing, but it wasn't pointing with this finger. It was either pointing with like the ring finger, which is totally weird. Like some people point with their middle finger. Most people point with their index finger. A ring finger or a pinky would be a weird finger to point with. That was the only thing I noticed about the hands, Kate. It's not uncommon for the artists who have appealing art styles with a shitty sense of anatomy. Well, yeah, especially like I said in poster or t-shirt kind of art. Like that it just strikes me as being like a hardcore band's like, t-shirt or something like that. AI writing is very redundant, but also very good. You have to do a lot of prompt tweaking and then editing. Couldn't justify working with the police or risking my partner at the time, despite people are disappeared, but let's investigate who created Hasan's artwork, right? Let's do that. Hila steals designs from their kids' daycare friends. Oh my god. Now I just pictured a Teddy Fresh shirt with the like liminal space image that's like of a daycare or something, and it's got like Winnie the Pooh and a bunch of other characters kind of like shittily drawn on the wall. Glassdoor reviews may the demand from them so high, the design turnover so quick that people resort to shortcuts. Tyler went against Hasan. I mean, obviously Hasan's not above criticism, but I don't see the point in this criticism. I mean, I'm not an expert, so I could be wrong. Octopus reading a book, that sounds anti-Semitic. Yeah, that's definitely Sunday being anti-Semitic. No. Why does Tyler hate Sunday so much? Oh my god. I tried to cover that. I covered a good bit of the Sunday versus Tyler thing. I even had them on my stream to argue it out, but oh my god, it was so not worth it. Like I don't want to have anything to do with either of those two, right? I just like their beef got so ugly, and I just could not. Yeah, I don't know. Shit, just like, you know, there was like, you want to talk about Crashouts, right? That fucking fight was ugly. Just mean artists may have used AI without Hasan knowing it. The image with the guillotine, he went over it saying it's AI also. Wait, who did? Oh, Tyler did. Hasan wouldn't. I don't believe it. Well, look, I don't think anybody's saying, I hope, like, I mean, maybe Ethan is, but I don't think anybody in chat is saying that Hasan knowingly used AI. But it, you know, there is a truth to the fact that it is nearly impossible to know for sure. Unless it's just like a blatant, glaring example of AI. Hard to know for sure. So I'm not saying it's impossible. It doesn't look like it to me, but I am not an expert. Pinging my AI sensors too. Which one, Funkmaster? The guillotine or the skeleton? Tyler did very many videos on it, so the artist scolded him on Twitter. So the artist denies it. First time I read an AI assisted short story, I didn't know it was AI until I looked at the description after. I feel like in fiction I would be able to tell. There are 6 fingers. Too stylized to be AI. Too many natural lines. Someone can run checks on it, but the finger stuff. Well, do we have reliable checks? That's my question, right? That's my question. Is there is there a system that's been proven reliable to be able to, like, you know, tell if something's AI or not? I don't know if there is. I haven't seen it. Elon Musk points with a whole arm. Yeah, that's true. Instead of just the pinky finger, the corner of the monitor is behind the hand. We go back to this chat. Are you interested in the skeleton picture? It's supposed to look psychedelic. It's about cognitive dissonance. Westside Tyler did a 2-hour rant on a previous Hasan shirt, Himbo Fitness. Very funny, and he made 0 solid points. I mean, Winnie the Pooh horror. Hila's Backrooms. Yeah, DC was caught using AI on a Batman comment. Is Ethan going after them as well? There's more important things right now. To be honest, like stopping a genocide in Gaza. Yeah, like I'm just realizing, chat, like, I mean, if somebody submitted a design, you know, if I had merch, I wouldn't know where to go to make sure that, you know, a design that was submitted wasn't AI. Why does Tyler hate Sunday and why does Garfield hate Mondays? Yes. Probably the same answer. Hosting, then leaving mid-call is a major power move. I mean, look, is Westside Tyler a Hasan hater? I don't know. I haven't paid enough attention to his content to tell you for sure. I can tell you that Westside Tyler, from what I've seen, is no fan of Ethan's, so, you know, if he's a hater of Hasan, he's not the like pro Ethan kind of hater. I know this is off topic, but Anna Kasparian made her 3rd appearance on Megyn Kelly. She really likes Megyn Kelly. Birds of a feather, right? They probably, how long before they're using the same hair dye is all I have to say, Creflo. Tired of Tyler Tent, honestly. Sunday's drama is beyond me. The skeleton one. Okay, we'll look back at that. We'll look at the skeleton one. Here, let's roll it back. Want to get another look at this. Okay, so what were people saying? The corner of the computer is behind the skeleton's hand? Blow this up, will that help? Corner of the computer. I don't see that. Let's see the demon's hands. The other thing about hands, chat, is that I know that according to artists that I've talked to, hands are the hardest part of one of the hardest parts of human anatomy to accurately represent. Yeah, so the side of to me, the side of the computer looks like the back of a computer, right? The way that the wires are coming out and stuff. Or like a rack, kind of like a rack, which back of a computer is a rack. So people are saying there's 6, 1, 5 fingers on one hand, one, can't even tell how many on the humerus, right? Are they saying the humerus is yeah, I mean the top of the humerus is a little weird. A little too bulbous, I don't know. But anyway, chat, these are just like anatomy
that would make these choices, because it's just not human. It's like not human. It doesn't make any sense. That being said, Hasan could easily disprove this by just sharing the artist. Also, who uses the art and doesn't even shout out the artist? That's
sharing
weird, especially for this guy who's
all.
We're all for the people here, guys.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be that.
Here's a previous one. This isn't the first time he's been accused of using AI art. This is from his previous merch drop. Someone pointed out the really weirdness happening in this one, which, by the way, very tastefully, a guillotine outside the White House.
See, this one I could see being like a photo collage or something, and then just running through a filter to like turn it into line drawings and some of the weirdness from that.
By the way, I wouldn't trust these.
Yeah, these like AI detection.
We're at 87, right?
And websites seem like bullshit to me.
This is what I was saying. This was what I was saying, right? Like I don't know. I don't
look AI though. I feel like I
think it's worth questioning. I'm not totally convinced by what I've seen, but it definitely
this one is less obvious than the demon.
Some suspicion,
in my opinion. The demon one is way weirder. But like the, I see.
That look.
It's pretty weird.
That being AI.
Like, what is this?
Kazwan says EDLAG does his merch, so doxing their employees is probably not cool. Demon and the skeleton not drawn by a human, says Mopo. Pat, do you hear the music? I feel like there's a musical event outside of my hotel. Hank Green posted a good video today about this exact thing. People seeing AI where there is none. Even if it did, those art pieces were made by with layers. It's not uncommon for an artist to mix layers and put something supposed to be in front covered. Oh, I see. Yeah, it could be just a layer fuck up rather than a sign that there's AI at work. Ethan versus the Teamsters. We're supposed to hate Hasan for being rich and splurging, but he's also a conniving penny pitcher who would risk selling his clothing line with intentionally used AI art. Yeah, because he hates artists. He's like, yeah, fuck artists. I'm gonna use AI. And when he says that, he using Asmongold's voice. He's like, yeah, fuck those artists. they can they can stay mad, based to USAI and piss off the artists. Vamp says, considering who's inside the White House, I'm okay with that. Yeah, Ethan's got a problem. Ethan, don't say who their artists. Yeah, they don't say. Oh, Teddy Fresh doesn't say who their artists are either. Selling their merch. Yeah, and they've actually had an issue with not just AI, but like theft of design. What Ethan thinks is hard evidence. His lawsuits are nothing. Earlier, I meant specifically tests you can run using. Oh, okay. So not like the thing that they're trying to do here, where they're like 5 points, 5 midsummer points, or midsummer. Sorry, not midsummer. What's it called? Mid-journey. Yes, mid-journey. Wow, chat, midsummer. It's a little different. 5 mid-journey points. 7 chat GPT points. Like, right? They're trying to. I don't know what they're trying to do there. The pic does not look AI to me. That one isn't pinging anything with me, but the skeleton one was. Well, apparently the artist of the skeleton one has gone back and forth with Tyler on Twitter or Blue Sky. Looks like a nice woodcut. Totally normal and not stalkerish behavior. That's right. What? Oh, you didn't hear it? I wasn't sure if it was picking up. I'm about to go to bed, but put my $10 dono towards Vox Populi. I will. Get money out of politics. Get money out of the dono goal. All right, look at that 10 to Vox Populi. And look, chat, it hasn't been getting picked lately, so I should probably let people know. Vox Populi is like a barrier, right? So if the Vox Populi is 10, that means that any of these topics need to get more than 10% before they start to count towards the before they get added to their respective percentages, right? Does that make sense? So it's like a minus 10 from everything that gets it back down to, that doesn't take it below 0, right? That makes sense. And it's a way for people to, if they want to donate and they're like, I don't particularly care what gets chosen. I just kind of hope it's whatever people are voting for. Then Vox Populi is definitely where you want to put your money. And sorry you had to go to bed before before we get into the bonus content, chat. This breaks my heart that people that donate and then have to go to bed. I guess you can watch it on the VOD.
Yes. And then this shit down here.
Well, that's a gap between the bottom of the head thing.
Okay.
Like that would be the building behind, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, it's so it's sad that we're at this point where it's so hard to tell, but
yeah.
I feel like that one is just the like stock. Was it stock art or what's it called? You just buy images, or
right?
It's like
clip art or something.
Yeah, clip art. I feel like it's just clip art, just slapped together.
The demon one is.
Ethan went on a rant about the Care Bear artists not getting royalties for on their work. Wait, the artist of the original Care Bears, Teddy Fash, has used Care Bear artwork, and none of the money went to the original artist. Wait, are you talking about the Care Bears? Wouldn't that be like a copyright violation? Oh my god, did Art Vandalay just become a member? I gotta look at this. Yes, I'm Troy. Thank you for the 10 gifted. I feel like some people just got weaseled. All right. Watch Mo Josh. You just got weaseled. Art Vandalay. You just got weaseled. Danielle Aloya. You just got weaseled. Warren Standen, you just got weaseled. Duwan, you just got weaseled. And Granddad7, you just got weaseled. Hakum, you just got weaseled. Citrus, you just got weaseled. FG, you just got weaseled. Chris Perez, you just got weaseled, and that's a good thing. Wow, and we may have just hit the sub goal there. Thank you. Yes, I'm Troy. New wee weasels. Okay, so I'm adding I'm adding 33, I think, to the, so that puts us at, whoa, 120. Look at that. Look at that, 120. And just in time. Just in time to make it happen, to get some bonus content. We got a little bit more of this Hasan merch drop to get through. And then it looks like maybe we'll be watching some Seder, but make sure if you're donating that you know that you can let me know in the chat which of these topics you want to support, and I will put your money where your mouth is, adding it as a percentage to the topic of.
It's way worse.
The
yeah.
reality is, a person who's good with AI, you won't notice it.
Sure.
So,
not only is it AI, it's someone's
Yeah.
shit with AI.
All right.
You would fix it. You would brush it up. And be like,
yeah,
"This is
ironically,
weird."
if that's AI, that's a bad AI.
True.
Artist. Or
Here
whatever you
is
like to call it.
someone on the subreddit did an analysis of the gargoyle. So coming from a place of hating the thought of artists being replaced. Okay.
So what have they done? They've fixed it?
They
Uh-huh.
fixed it. Yeah. They're like, this is what it should look like, which here's the tail, here's the wings. He has no feet. That's a good point. Where's the feet? So this is the fix. And then here's the original.
Wait, Philip Blair, there's a new interview with Norm Finkelstein. I was just saying I haven't heard from Norm in a long time.
It's just bizarre, man.
What?
I see.
Okay.
Wait, we're going back to this? Wait. What is that supposed to tell me?
Here's the
Wait.
feet. That's a good.
Feet? It doesn't have feet? The demon doesn't have feet? What am I supposed to be seeing here? Oh, they fixed it. I get it. I don't know, chat. What's the verdict? Do you think the demon and the skeleton are AI or not?
Good point. Where's the feet? So this is the fix. And then here's the original. It's just bizarre, man.
I see.
Okay. I'm a hobby illustrator, but just to show how a 5-minute sketch improves the vibe. Although the wings are grim, I tried to match like for like, including the missized hands. I'm going to feel like such a dick if it's not A, but I feel like Hasan should be promoting the artist. Yeah.
They drew the wings of redemption.
And what we know of the wings of redemption, we know one thing: it's not real. There's no redemption.
They're clipped.
It's a damn shame.
They're clipped wings, right?
Clipped wings of redemption.
Here he is, rocking the merch, and he cut off the sleeves too. By the way, it was fucking cool as hell.
Yeah, that's so hot.
I'm not gonna fashion police him, but these shoes do not go. I'm sorry, the shoes just don't fucking go with the outfit. It's ridiculous.
Police is waiting outside, motherfucker.
Like, bro, get real. Can you please get real? Oh my god.
Wait, did Hasan go over this? Hasan, I'm trying to remember. Did he react to some of this? I feel like I've seen this before. I feel like I've seen somebody react to it. I don't know if it was Mike or Denims or Hasan, but yeah, we're getting into stupid, sexy Hasan territory here. Like, goddamn, Hasan, those shoes don't go with those jeans.
God. Hasan's the type of dude who watches himself in the mirror when he has sex.
Ethan? It sounds more like you want to watch Hasan have sex. It's almost like you want to watch yourself in the mirror while you have sex, except instead of seeing you, you see Hasan. I don't know. What's going on here?
He probably sets up a mirror. And
Do you think that... here's what I'm asking, chat. Would Ethan Klein Malkovich... Do you know the verb Malkovich, to Malkovich someone? Would Ethan Klein Malkovich Hasan, given the opportunity? Do you think? What say you, chat? What say you? Would Ethan Klein Malkovich him? Says the dude who sweats in his Birkenstocks. Damn. Damn, that's rough. You know, I saw a Birkenstock shop in a mall recently. I haven't seen that stuff in forever. Everybody in my high school used to wear those, though. Supposedly they're really comfortable. I don't know, chat. I don't know.
jerks off watching himself.
I want to think about.
Who jerks off watching Hasan? Ethan? Is it him? Does he need to watch himself to
that, man?
Think
That's
about
too
it.
much.
think about it? No, I'm thinking about it. I'm not thinking about Hasan jerking off though. Oh no, chat. No, I didn't need that image in my mind. No. 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 I'm imagining Ethan and he's in his basement and he's got Twitch on and his son's in there and he's just like, oh no. He's doing that thing where his arm is kind of like down like this, you know? He's just like, oh, you know, I could, oh no, chat, this is too much. This is too much. Please, somebody get this image out of my head. That's a real thing though. I never understood, like when dudes are jerking it and like why sometimes is their arm is like down, like their shoulder's like lower than it needs to be. I'm just like, why is your shoulder so low? Like, right? Couldn't you just do it with, like, if I was your personal trainer, I feel like I'd give a correction. I'd give a little cue of like, hey, let's bring that shoulder back up. All right, your spine's a little bit out of whack. All right, there we go. Yeah, there we go. That's the proper jerk off position. There you go. Chat, should I become a personal trainer for guys that jerk it in front of the computer?
Nope.
Think about it right now.
Stop.
I think I must
am thinking about it. Thanks a lot, Ethan. Thanks a lot.
be right. By the
I'm
way,
shooting ropes, bro.
I had headphones on. Why? Why, Zach? Why? Why did you do that to me?
Oh, that's it. I guess we did it. We did everything.
Is it over? Is it finally over?
Think so.
Is the war zone over?
Huh? Oh,
War zone.
sorry.
Unless you have anything to
I got
add.
tut-tutted. I want to look at this funny photo of Zach. It's not related to Warzone or anything heavy,
Are you gonna jerk off while you look at it, or just regular look at it?
but maybe that would be a good way to wrap it up today.
I want to
Zach
talk about
spotted
the
at the
Beatles
Dodger
movie.
game yesterday.
The Beatles movie?
Say what?
Is that out yet, Chad? Is that new Beatles movie? Did that come out?
What'd you say?
Here, let me just open it. Why don't I just surprise you?
I also have a little palate cleanser from our good friend
I need
Cam.
a palate cleanser.
Yeah, I'm sending it right
You
now.
talking about Cam Grants?
Cam Grants? Yeah, he texted me.
Wait, he's. Oh no, Zach. Okay, hold on. Zach, you are so boosted. Always in the dugout, man.
Yeah, dude.
So was this from the? So this was like the television broadcast, or
No. So the seats we were in dugout, but it wasn't like on TV. We were just like to the left.
so
Wait,
where
where'd
did
this
this
photo
person?
come-
This
yeah.
photo is from like the field.
I guess it must when Mookie was running to. The first base.
on TV, bro.
Oh, okay.
you think this is from?
No. I'm saying that we weren't on TV all the time.
You weren't
I was
like
last
behind the
yeah, not behind
batter.
all play.
And I see Todd. I see the Toddster right
The
next to you.
Toddster.
Yeah, we had a grand old time, man.
He went gray. I remember when I met him, he was black hair.
He's still a little salt and pepper.
Okay, so now what's the rest of this show? Look, we're not gonna watch this, but speaking of jerking yourself off, I want to show you How cringe. Like, here's the thing, like, you know, do people glaze up Hasan? Sure.
I started watching it and I got sucked in.
But nobody's making videos like this about Hasan, and you know, he should be glad.
What the hell?
Hello,
Oh,
and welcome to the
yes.
8th Street
So-
Iceberg.
Why is it?
Well, get ready to get glazed, Ethan.
In today's
I don't know.
I do full screen. It goes to my second monitor.
Oh, this guy rocks.
It's because it's an iceberg. It's slippery.
bizarre moments.
I was
He tries to
very-
explain
Look, there's some inappropriate parasociality from time to time on Haas Twitch, sure. But nothing like this.
Very
This
impressed by
iceberg is
this.
structured from well-known and
Just
obvious.
double click right there.
You zoomed in.
It takes it
Yeah,
to
you're right.
the
I don't know.
monitor.
Is it just me, chat? Is it wrong for me to expect a little bit of more neutrality from an iceberg video? Is that right? I don't know. We did an iceberg video a long time ago, and it never felt right because, you know, I just feel like I'm not the right person to do an NCC iceberg, right? You need a little bit of distance and a little bit of neutrality, some objectivity. You put it all together and you stir it around, and then you have Ethan jerk off, and oh no, God, chat, my mind keeps on going there. I could pick, he's definitely one of those guys who uses improper form when he jerks it, right? His shoulder is just inappropriately low. It's just like, why? It reminds me of like somebody that holds a gun like that, you know? It's just like, okay, you saw that on a movie, but it's, no, don't. I just want to offer a correction. Think Ethan ever asked Hasan for sex and was rejected? Oh no. You know, I don't think, look, if Ethan is, you know, interested, look, this is a sad thing. I feel like if Ethan was interested in Hasan, he wouldn't have the self-confidence to ask him, right? Or to like mention it, or to be like, you know, bisexuality. A lot of people are coming out as bisexual. I mean, it's great that you can do this now. You can be bisexual, and you know, it's okay to it. Like, I don't know. Have you ever thought about sex with a guy before? I don't know. What's that? It's so awkward. How would Ethan do it? How would Ethan approach him? How would Ethan feel him out? Oh my God, feel him out. I don't know, chat. I don't know. I don't think it's an actual sexual thing. Like, I don't think Ethan's actually attracted to Hasan. I just think he says some awfully weird stuff. Burks are pretty swagged out. They look comfortable, but the thing is, you gotta wait. How do you take care of? Oh yeah, chat. Here's my question. All right, 2 ways to wear Birkenstocks. All right, one way to wear Birkenstocks is you just put your feet in the Birks, and the people that I know that do this, they get very dry heels. Right, dry heels from feet in the Birks. Right. Second way to wear Birks, put a sock in between yourself and the Birk. So now you're wearing Birks with socks. And that's never looked right to me. But if you don't wear Birks with socks, A, you're going to dry your heels out, and B, aren't you going to sweat? Like, any sweat that is on your body, right? Any sweat that's on your body, it's going to end up in those Birks, and that's like leather. Should you be sweating on leather? Him and his stupid muscles, right? Then it's the kind of guy that thinks about Hasan jerking it or yerking it. I feel like I want to pronounce it the German way, yerking. Yerking. It's for torque. Snow is telling me that the shoulder placement is for torque. Well, you don't understand what you do to your spine when you like this, you know, sort of neutral spine versus this very much, you know, not neutral spine. A wanker trainer. Yeah, I want to train dudes how to wank correctly. It's very important to me that they have good posture. They keep their spine in alignment. I'm a gooner trainer. Yeah. I have to mute him when he says that about the Giardia stuff. Next here, Ethan let out a long sigh. Warzone. Ethan's mad at Dan that Dan wants to end the segment. Ethan licked his lips, I'm pretty sure. No! I don't think he's actually attracted to Hasan. Right? What's the joke about Homer? Is the joke that Homer is actually attracted to Flanders a little bit? Or is he just jealous? Zach's dad was a raging racist, really? Remember when Cameron sent Ethan the link to the photos in Vosh's folder? Ethan looked at them intently for like 10 minutes. No, Hila couldn't even look. Weird, right? Ethan. Oh yeah, I remember his eye, like the way that like his eyebrows when he was looking at the folder. He was checking that shit out. Hasan and his stupid sweat beads glistening off his naked chest. I know. You'll make foot mud with the Burks. Wait, what is foot mud? You mean you'll get the stain from the leather on the Burks on your feet? Because what is the Birkenstock, right? Is am I right about this, chat? There's like on the place where you put your, okay, so it's like the Birkenstock is like one layer of like the rubber, right? You got the rubber, and then you got cork, right? The cork is what makes the Birk conform to your foot, right? And that's why people like Birks, is that like, you know, it's gonna form fit your foot. Like whatever your foot is, it's gonna make an impression, and that's gonna, you know, so it's gonna fit your foot really well, right? And then after the cork, you got a layer, I think, of leather. Is that leather? Like on top of the cork, right? So your foot's going down on there. So it's like that's on leather, and you're sweating on leather. It'd be one thing if you were just sweating on cork. I would assume the cork would like absorb it. I wear socks with my Eva Birks. Sandals and socks are overjudged. It's freedom. I mean, I guess if they're more comfortable, yeah, then who am I to judge? You want leather wet? That leather wet as fuck? Oh yeah, I'm yerking it. I'm yerking it over here in Deutschland. We're yerking. The blowback she got on the commentary going. Wait. My problem with Keffels is all the attention that she brought so many underground gray market things that risked a lot of people's safety. Yeah, that's like an understated criticism, right? It's called what, you know, part of what she did like is called blowing up the spot, and in an attempt to, you know, make her to reinforce this image of her as, I don't know, like her bringing attention to, yeah, I know what you're saying, YS Project. I actually don't want to get any deeper into it, because then I'll be blowing up the spot. You can buy softener and use silicone socks while I'm wearing in shoes that rub until they mold. Wait, silicone socks? I've never heard of that. That's a thing? The blowback that Keffels got from commentary. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the whole thing, chat. There was a point at which Keffels was actually kind of giving a lot of shit to debate bozos out there, right? With the exception of Vosh, right? For some reason. So just like me, at some point in Keffels' career, Vosh showed up in her chat. And you know, that means you've got the attention of not just Vosh, but you've got the attention of the Vosh community. And Keffels was always really amenable to that, right? And, you know, when she would get criticized, she would get people being like, you know, I don't like this that you did, I don't like that you did. Vosh would get in her ear and be like, you could never give in to the woke mob. You never apologize. So he just gave her some really bad advice. She thought it was good advice. She saw herself in him and the kind of blowback that he gets. You know, she saw like a parallel between that and the kind of blowback that she got, and she just kind of like trauma bonded with Vosh, and I think that was like one of the things that really made her a much worse streamer. But yeah, it was a long time ago, and like I said, jealousy with a hint of, yeah, it's just like a hint. It's like when something has a touch of mint, you know what I mean? It's not fully minted out, but it's just like you put one mint leaf in a mojito, right? And it gives it just that slight little, wait, no, actually a mint. Mojito has like a lot of mint, doesn't it? Chris Cuomo is hot, but his attitude about healthcare in America was a major turnoff for me. Ethan has a crush. The chat has gone full Coomer brain. I'm in. Yeah, with me giving tips on forum for jerking off. Like I'm the jerk off expert, chat. Like I'm the #1 masturbator. That was somebody else though. That's definitely someone else. Ethan, imagine how terrible it would be to be under or on top of Hasan. It would be awful. That skin to skin contact with him, I can't stand the thought of it. Jerkenstocks, there we go. That's how you break your Birkenstocks in. Trying to make Hasan viewers feel insecure as if their cucks only have himself to come off like that. Is that what he's going for? Okay, that makes more sense. Sounds like the advice Jordan Peterson gave to Ethan. Oh yeah, the advice Vosh gave to couples. She went in on engaging too hard with things she shouldn't have poked in, i.e. Vosh spaces. It sucks, but she should have better picked her battles. Yo, that is an amazing alternate history timeline you could write, is if Keffels just told Vosh to fuck off. Wow. What a different world we'd live in. I saw Muda bring up the hormone side a lot of people were using due to its safety record. It made me massively annoyed this was allowed to get this far. Vosh rated her so many times. Did we ever get rated by Vosh? I don't think so. I think we got rated by Demon Mama and Xander Hall once or twice. Xander Hall. Wow. That's great. Chat, did you used to be a mod for Xander Hall? I mean, not really, right? I wasn't like modding for, but like I was in his chat at some point and he was like, "Oh, no comment chick. Hey, I'll give you mod." The masturbator. The #1 masturbator. Does Vosh have a thing for trans women? It does seem like a pattern, Charlie. It does seem like a pattern. I don't know. But yeah, the space is full of chasers, honestly. I mean, just look at Chud Logic. He chased so hard he became a transphobe. Right? That's an achievement in and of itself, I guess. Forgot about the Jordan Peterson H3 interview. All right, well, should we like look in on a little bit of this glaze sesh?
Sure. It's probably because the window isn't fully on the second monitor. Try shrinking it a little bit and then pull it up there.
Wait, what the fuck? Why is it so big? Hold on.
You zoomed in.
It's like
There you go.
so fucking big.
Now full screen.
Stop, Zach.
Hey, we got there.
So
All right.
this guy, Alex the Fiction,
Yeah.
has made this unbelievably
Alex the Friction.
well done 2 hour 40 minute
Wow, what a great iceberg.
long video.
What a great deep dive into the H3 lore.
The H3 Iceberg. Now I started watching this and I got sucked in for like 15 minutes and I was like, fuck, I have shit to do, but I want to watch this later.
It's really good.
It's just to give you an idea, yeah.
Hello, and welcome to the H3 Iceberg. In today's video,
Welcome to the H3 Iceberg. In today's video, we glaze the fuck out of Ethan in hopes that he will watch this video on stream, because he is A narcissistic freak show.
We'll be diving deep into the lore, controversies, and bizarre moments from H3 history.
Oh my God,
This
yes, the
iceberg is
Esteban.
structured from well-known and obvious.
No, that's not the
It connects.
It's definitely not the Esteban.
Sure?
Well,
No, like the Esteban, yeah, it doesn't connect. It's got a there's a line right under the soul patch, right? The soul patch does connect, but the mustache does not. Right, anyway. I know way too much about H3.
That is not the
I'm like giving people Esteban advice.
Esteban. What do you
To me,
mean?
that's the Esteban.
What? That's like a goatee. That's like a classic.
That's like the
Do you
truck
not
goatee.
have?
It doesn't connect.
It looks just like. Oh, I
And he
guess
has a
you
full
don't have
beard.
any on the. Oh, I take it all back. I take it all back.
This-
Alex, your facial hair is great.
It's
though.
great. It's just
great.
not the
yeah,
Esteban.
with peace and love, Olivia, you
Funkmaster Call says this guy's beard went out of style in the 90s.
no idea what
You're
talking
right.
about.
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have spoken.
I am sending you a demand for
way
distraction.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
No.
You have
What exactly is a chaser? God, okay, this is important, right? Because a chatter's asking if you're into a trans woman, or does that, or like a trans person, does that make you a chaser? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. What is the defining feature of a chaser? If you're into a trans person in a way where if you told the trans person what you liked about them, you would make them dysphoric. Does that make sense? I feel like that's the essence, right, of what a chaser is, because we definitely don't want to be putting this thing out there. Like there's enough like taboo against, like, you know, relationships with trans people in general without, like, you know, trans people you know, creating new ones of like, oh, are you a chaser? If you're attracted to you know, trans person. I don't think that's how it works, right? In my mind, it's somebody that is into like a part of you or an aspect of you or a thing about you that you yourself are like not happy with, right? Does that make sense? You can grow a beard like that why not commit to a full beard? Why not just commit to a full beard? I'm so jealous. Yeah, I want to make sure I'm not like fucking up discourse even more and talking about Chud. Yeah, Chud logic is like a whole nother fucking thing, right? Like, being creepy, yeah, being inappropriate, or like thinking that, like, you know, somebody that like presumes like access to a trans person just because they're trans. Does that make sense? Or like, you know, just like looks at trans people with a like an automatic sexualization. I guess denial is a big part of what makes a chaser. What's up, DJ Giga? Otherization of trans people as a not NSFW object rather than a person. That's a good, yeah, I could see that. Fetishizing and objectifying is necessary as well. Dehumanization and sexual attraction. I just don't want to give anybody a complex, right? Actually being attracted to trans people and cis people and all kinds of people, that's totally normal. Like, you're a human being. You know, you're potentially a sexual being. Being attracted to people is not, I never want to like that to become a pejorative. I feel like it has a lot more to do with harmful objectification rather than attraction to trans people. The human pet guy, I don't know about that. Wait, the human, oh God, wasn't that somebody that Keffels did content with, the human pet guy? Or a debate or something? She like debated the human pet, didn't she? Chasers have a certain creepitude. Non-binary mask presenting hair. An older guy said he liked how sexy and petite I was. That might be that's an example. That's kind of what I was talking about. Yeah. I had some elected U.S. government chaser oh geez, DM me a nude out of nowhere. Is that Chud logic? Yes. It's always Chud Logic, George Jackson. It's always Chud Logic. I forget where that meme was from. You think you understand? Yeah, I hopefully I'm clearing it up. Yeah, because it is a little bit of a... Chud Logic chose his name to be ironic, but is actually an unironic name. I don't know. Has he fallen off? Serious question, chat. Has Chud Logic fallen off? I don't... Maybe I just don't see his streams recommended to me as much. But I feel like when I do, I'm just like surprised at his numbers not really being what they used to. And I know this is his big fear. Right, falling off is Chud's nightmare, I guess. You'll have to... No, I shouldn't say it. I shouldn't... Look, chat. Chud's been really mean to a lot of people whose streaming careers took a, didn't do so well. Like, right, he's made fun of people for having to go back to real jobs. And I'm tempted to do the same to him. But A, I don't think he's really there yet. And B, I don't want to be mean. I don't want to sink to his level. I don't want to sink to that Chud level. They don't often do it in public, right? They slip into the DMs, keep things on the down low. She turned him into content? Wait, who turned... Human pet. Oh, she turned her human pet guy into content. I get it. Human pet guy talks about T-Girl Farms. It's one of the most unhinged things I've ever read. Wait, what does that mean? Is that like the harem Discord? The 4chan guy that was like blackmailing femboys to transition, supposedly? Is that like that thing? Oh my god. Being attracted to giant clocks is a bit odd. Like what? Like Big Ben style? Bosch debated the human pet as well. I guess I wasn't around for that arc. Definitely those earnest closeted evangelicals are the scariest, driven by self-loathing and shame. The clip where Chud Logic was walking outside a TwitchCon and some guy in a car said he looked goofy and Chud acted tough and the guy was gonna kick his ass, saying he was going to park the car. Wait, was this a guy that knew who he was? Whenever I learned about a fetish, I didn't... Hey, chat, like, just to be nice, all right? Maybe Chud will have a resurgence. Maybe he'll have a change of heart, right? Maybe he'll become a leftist again, and he'll apologize to the trans community, and the trans community will forgive Chud Logic and allow him back into our DMs. Oh my god, chat, I've said too much. Anyway. Whenever I learn about a fetish I didn't know, I try to think of the evolutionary benefit. For example, boobs, milk. Boobs, milk, yes. Wait. Do big boobs mean more milk, though? Is that a thing? If you've got bigger boobs, do you produce more milk? Or does it have, like, nothing to do? Is it, like, a totally separate? Because we're talking about, like, lacteal ducts, right? In terms of lactation. There's a 4chan guy who did that, threatened teens to... Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I think there was a Turkey Tom video on it. To be outed to their family. It was horrific situation and a horrific guy, but no one related to Keffel. Yeah, no, not related to Keffel's. No, a stranger. Chud was started to walk very fast. A random stranger like challenged him to a fight. What about Chud Logic, like, makes guys, like, be like, yeah, I want to fight that guy? I don't get it. Boobs are bigger while nursing, but does that mean... What I mean is, like, somebody who naturally has, like, more, tissue, do they naturally also produce more milk? Or is that unrelated? Okay, chat, well, I feel like I've been, Look, I mean, do we really want to watch the Glaze Sesh? Probably not. What you want to watch is Sam Seder on PBD. Sam Now there was one thing that there was one issue in the conversation. Oh, I love that when I type this, the first thing I get is Sam's video here. So this is the entirety of the PBD episode. Hasan's reacted to it. Looks like PBD is cutting like 9-minute clips here. Bosch has covered it. Cut some like he's cut some shorts as well. I don't know. So this one is the people are saying that I need to watch this one because Sam mentions a clip from PBD and doesn't get a chance to bring it up.
Yesterday I was
right. So he mentions a clip that he watched on the plane ride down of PBD. And when he tries to bring the stuff up, he kind of runs into trouble because there's different people in the PBD crew claiming that said different things, and he can't remember who said what. So he brings up something to PBD, and Patrick Bet David's like, I didn't say that. And he's like, I know one of you said it. So here Sam, I think, is able to bring up the clip in question and say what he's talking about, because they really do try to play this off like, you know, what the hell are you talking about?
in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, for less than 24 hours. Stayed at a
My brain interprets PBD as Peanut Butter Diaries. That sounds like a book by Jimmy Buffett and Hunter S. Thompson.
very
Did they ever collab?
corporate-y hotel, not particularly fancy, but I did have a nice pasta dinner at the bar as I tried to watch the Celtics Heat, and
Why
apparently
didn't you go to Margaritaville?
they were blocked from there.
Blackout restrictions.
Yep,
Isn't there like a Jimmy Buffett restaurant down there you can go to?
ridiculous.
I would think Sam would be a big Jimmy Buffett head.
Not a suburb.
But just because my dad is.
So I went on there, and on the plane ride down, I had watched a video that Patrick Bet David and his crew of guys did on Elon Musk's.
Wait, is Sam too loud or am I too quiet? They do a good job keeping their audio up to here's the thing, like Sam's audio is not actually too loud. What it is that like his audio is done well, and there's a lot of YouTube channels that don't optimize their audio the way that like right chat, and I know audio because I have a lot of complaints. There's big channels that do a bad job of it. Like my biggest complaint is breaking points, especially the way that Crystal Ball is mic'd. I hate that. There's something about the compression that they're using there that it just rubs me the wrong way. But Majority Report has always had pretty good audio. So yeah, if he sounds too loud, I'll turn him down a little bit, but just know that it's not that he's too loud. It's that the rest of YouTube is too soft.